Lin Tian rapidly typed on the keyboard, bypassing numerous intermediaries, and silently located one of the intruders' IP addresses. This intruder was very powerful, ranking among the top 5 intruders, but he was facing Lin Tian, who had already become a top-tier grandmaster. That's all there is to it. Lin Tian muttered to himself. Easily identifying the real IP address of one of the opposing team's key figures gave Lin Tian a clear understanding of his own hacking abilities. The main intruder force consisted of 11 individuals, connected in an encrypted chat group. Lin Tian quickly infiltrated the group. A few minutes later, he also learned the identities of the remaining main members. These individuals came from diverse backgrounds. Some were senior programmers at internet companies, some were company executives, and some were still students. What they have in common is that they possess strong cyber skills and are relatively anti-China, having launched numerous attacks against Chinese networks. Even if their IP is released, given their capabilities, the US will still recruit them, and they will attack China even more frantically. Lin Tian muttered to himself. He thought for a moment and silently checked their bank accounts. Tisk tisk, quite a bit of money each of them. So much money, both overt and covert. Lin Tian was astonished. These guys had amassed considerable illegal profits through hacking. Some had at least tens of millions of US dollars. Some had hundreds of millions of US dollars in total across various accounts. With so much money, you still work so hard. It seems you enjoy the thrill of work. Money isn't important to you. In that case, I'll help you out. Lin Tian created an anonymous account for himself overseas. The money in these accounts was quickly transferred out, and after tens of thousands of transfers, it all ended up in Lin Tian's account. Ding! One of them received a bank SMS notification, but he ignored it. Ding! Ding! In a short time, he received several more text message notifications. What's going on? Worried that his phone had been hacked, he checked it. Fuck! The man instantly panicked. He had about 10 bank cards, containing 30 to 40 million US dollars. 6 of them sent him text messages, informing him that all the funds in those 6 cards had been transferred out. My bank cards are having problems, check if yours are too. Wait, why is there an extra person in our group? The man posted a message in the encrypted chat group. His hair stood on end. The chat group originally had 11 people, now it had 12. The extra person was using a Putin avatar. Everyone, thank you for your gifts to our great empire. Don't worry, I won't reveal your real identities. But you'd better be obedient from now on, understand? The extra person spoke. He spoke Russian, and very, very fluent Russian at that. The rest of the group members looked extremely grim. My money was transferred out of my account too. Shit, mine too. Those whose banks offered SMS alerts received them. Those without that service probably had their funds gone too. The fact that the other party could transfer their money meant their identities were completely exposed. Everyone, don't doubt it, all the money in your cards is gone. But you still have property, and you still have family. Your family still has money. Behave yourselves, and you'll still be free. Otherwise, you'll either go to jail or become lackeys of the US government. Lin Tian was still speaking Russian. Since one of the 11 people in the group understood Russian, he immediately translated for the others. Who are you? The leader of the 11 asked. His mind flashed through the files of several top experts from Russia, but none of them should have such abilities. Who I am isn't important. What's important is that you have to listen to me from now on. Dongfang Long is on good terms with us now, so you're not allowed to target Dongfang Long in the future. You'll be dealing with Dongying in the future. I won't transfer any money you earn in Dongying. With your skills, you can still live comfortably. Lin Tian sent the message in fluent Russian. On the online battlefield, Tanshin and the others were puzzled. Why did the enemy's offensive suddenly weaken? They had been very dominant just moments before. If they can't mobilize more skilled personnel to defend it in a short time, the chances of this server being breached are extremely high. While networked servers don't contain the most critical, top-secret information, the information on this server is still very important. Everyone, be careful and defend. Don't let your guard down, the enemy is powerful and cunning. Get more skilled reinforcements as quickly as possible. The Chinese military's network experts were on high alert. Little did they know, the 11 key personnel were now wishing they were dead. This mission had high rewards, and they had hoped to make a fortune, but instead, their bank accounts had been completely emptied. Everyone, do you agree? If you don't agree, I'll release your information, and I'll also release what you've done in the past. Lin Tian asked. Agree. Agree. The 11 men were seething with anger, but they all sent messages in the group indicating their agreement. If they didn't agree, they would definitely lose their freedom. Their family's money might also be transferred away. Everyone, a wise choice, God bless you. After Lin Tian finished speaking, one of the group's avatars disappeared. Everyone, I'm leaving first. The remaining 11 avatars went dark. They were all now anxious to check if the money in their other accounts was still there. Fuck. Damn it. Not long after, they confirmed that all the money in their cards was gone. One of them had a habit of keeping some cash on hand. Looking at the hundreds of thousands of dollars he had saved, he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He laughed because at least he still had some money left. He cried because he had a total of $70 million in his bank cards. 1, 2, 3, the avatars in the encrypted group chat lit up again one by one. How are you guys? I had a total of $100 million in my 5 cards, all gone. The leader of the 11 was the first to speak. $70 million gone. $60 million, not a single penny left. Hearing you say that makes me feel much better. I only have $30 million, my loss is much less than yours. They all felt like dying. They were highly skilled hackers, but making money didn't come easily. This money was all hard-earned savings. Boss, what do we do now? Should we do as he says and target Dongyian country specifically? China and Dongyian country have a long-standing feud. Could he be Chinese? One of them asked. The one who spoke Russian said, he's probably from Russia. My Russian is quite good, but his is much more fluent than mine. Even if a Chinese person studied, it would be difficult to reach that level. The leader of the 11 said, he has detailed information about us and our families. We don't want to lose our freedom, and we don't want our families to become penniless. We have no choice but to listen to him. From now on, we'll target Dongyian country specifically. 11 people, a total of $430 million US. In the internet cafe, Lin Tian stared blankly at the computer screen in front of him. The screen displayed the balance of the account he had created. The balance was a long string of numbers. My goodness, hacking can really make money if you mess around. He made $430 million US in just half an hour. At the current exchange rate, that's about 3 billion Chinese yuan. Lin Tian swallowed hard. This was a huge sum of money. The Villajao Shangolin gave him was quite valuable, only a little over 100 million. That Rolls-Royce Cullinan cost 8 or 9 million on the road. 3 billion Chinese yuan could buy hundreds of those luxury cars. However, Lin Tian knew that even if he cleaned his act perfectly, if he suddenly produced so much money, he would definitely be targeted. Oh well, I don't need the money now. I'll just leave it in this account. It'll be a backup plan if my skills disappear later. Lin Tian thought to himself. Normally, once he obtains the system and these skills, it's unlikely they'll leave him, but having an extra backup plan isn't a bad thing. Lin Tian, you look so happy, did you find some money? Lin Tian returned home, and Luo Bingning chuckled. She had already showered and was now curled up on the sofa watching TV. Find money? Where would I find so much money? Lin Tian said with a grin. Less than 100 million RMB per ton, that much money couldn't even fit in a truck. I used to find money all the time, but now everyone uses mobile payments, so I haven't found any in ages. Luo Bingning giggled. Lin Tian looked Luo Bingning up and down. Bingning, your pajamas are nice. I'll check them out for you after I shower. No way. Luo Bingning blushed. Lin Tian chuckled, what are you thinking? You think I'm going to check your pajamas? I'm just checking your medical condition. I just meant your medical condition. My condition isn't urgent, wait a bit, I don't need you to check me now. Luo Bingning said coquettishly. No, I have to check you, wait a minute. Lin Tian finished speaking and went back to his room to take a shower. Luo Bingning was at a loss. Her stomach was quite sensitive, and the thought of Lin Tian seeing or touching it made her nervous. Doctor, I'll just treat him like a doctor. A doctor is just examining a patient. Calm down, calm down. Luo Bingning kept giving herself mental cues. Less than 5 minutes later, Lin Tian came out of the room. Lin Tian, you're so fast, did you even wash properly? Luo Bingning huffed. Lin Tian, It's just a quick shower in the summer, it won't take long. We'll sleep together later, so I can shower longer, hee hee. Luo Bingning rolled her eyes at Lin Tian. You're taking advantage of me again. Lin Tian chuckled, I'm your husband, we have a marriage certificate. What's wrong with taking advantage of you? Lie down, I'm coming. I'll be very gentle. Luo Bingning. That sounded a little strange. Don't touch me like that. Luo Bingning blushed and lay down. She had changed into pajamas. This set included pajama bottoms, while the previous one was a nightgown. Lin Tian was a little disappointed. If it were a nightgown, lifting it up, he didn't dare think about it. If he kept thinking, he might lose his composure in front of Luo Bingning. Bingning, you need to roll up your pajamas. Lin Tian reminded Luo Bingning. Transmitting his internal energy through clothing would be more difficult. Do I really have to roll it up? Luo Bingning asked tremulously. Lin Tian nodded. Your problem is quite serious. Rolling your clothes up will allow me to examine you more effectively. Luo Bingning slowly rolled up her pajamas a little. A small section of her stomach and slender waist were revealed. Luo Bingning had fair skin, a slender waist that could be encircled with one hand, and even her belly button, which wasn't usually considered attractive, looked quite beautiful. Lin Tian placed his hand on it, and Luo Bingning's body trembled. Bingning, don't be so nervous. It's just a check-up. How about this? I'll give you a massage first, that way you can relax a bit. Lin Tian said with a smile. No. Just check directly. Luo Bingning quickly said. If Lin Tian massaged her, he would definitely take advantage without hesitation. According to him, it was better to take advantage of his wife than not. Alright. Lin Tian's fingers landed on the acupoints. He channeled a wisp of his internal energy into Luo Bingning's body. Ordinary people's meridians are thin and blocked, making it difficult to check from the wrist. Internal energy travels much shorter from the abdomen to the dantian. Luo Bingning felt a tingling sensation in her abdomen. She gripped her pajamas tightly with both hands. Not long after, another treasure chest appeared above her head, this time a bronze one. Suddenly, Lin Tian shivered. A chill entered his body along with his internal energy. He was a grandmaster-level martial artist, and it was still summer, but this chill made Lin Tian feel extremely uncomfortable. How could this be? Lin Tian's expression turned grim. He moved his hand away. Luo Bingning quickly put down her pajamas. Lin Tian, is my condition not good? Luo Bingning noticed that Lin Tian's expression was somewhat off. Lin Tian shook his head. It's alright, I'll heal you. Luo Bingning frowned slightly. Lin Tian, your face looked terrible just now. You seemed so relaxed when you were treating Grandpa. What's wrong with me? Lin Tian, don't hide it from me. I want to know. If my time is running out, I can make better and more reasonable arrangements. Lin Tian pondered for a moment and said, this isn't an illness. Bingning, you possess the Ice Soul Profound Yin physique. This is a top-tier cultivation physique, but it's a huge problem for you. P.S. This book is not about cultivation. We are now in the Dharma ending age, the spiritual energy in the world is insufficient for cultivation. The ice soul in your dantian will emerge sooner or later. Luo Bingning asked in a trembling voice, what will happen when the ice soul emerges? Lin Tian sighed softly, you will die. After you can no longer cultivate, your physique will be called the Profound Yin Absolute Physique. Luo Bingning's face turned somewhat pale. Lin Tian, can you cure me? Lin Tian was silent for a moment before saying, I'm not lying to you, I can't right now, but I'm only 23 and there's still a lot of room for improvement. You should be able to in the future. Luo Bingning took a deep breath and asked, if you can't cure me, then given my condition, how long can I live? Lin Tian said, if I don't intervene, you can easily live another 3 to 5 years. But if I help you recuperate, you should be able to live for another 10 years or so. My medical skills should improve by then. A slight smile returned to Luo Bingning's face. That's much better than I thought. At least I can live for another 10 years or so. I'll be almost 40 by then. The best years of my life will have passed. Lin Tian sighed inwardly. Luo Bingning didn't have that much time. The ice soul within her might erupt this winter, and even if she survived this winter, she might not survive next winter. His current medical skills were completely ineffective. He estimated that only a Grandmaster level medical skill could prolong Luo Bingning's life. It's only early September now, winter is still far away. By then, my medical skills should be able to improve to the Grandmaster level. With Grandmaster level medical skills, I can help Bingning get through this winter. Lin Tian thought to himself. Once winter is over, Luo Bingning's icy essence will recede. Lin Tian glanced at the top of Luo Bingning's head. Perhaps because of Luo Bingning's recent emotional fluctuations, the bronze treasure chest that had just appeared had already become a silver treasure chest. Should I collect it now, or wait for the upgrade? Lin Tian wondered to himself. Upgrading his medical skills required a gold treasure chest. But a silver treasure chest was also precious, it would be a pity if it disappeared. I'll wait until tomorrow. At least the treasure chest won't disappear by tomorrow night. Luo Bingning stared at Lin Tian, hesitant to speak. Lin Tian, you might not be able to cure me. If that's the case, I'll die in my 30s. Would you still really want to be with me? If we have a child, the child might not even be 10 years old by then. Lin Tian smiled and said, Bingning, how about I get you pregnant right away? That way the child will be a teenager. Luo Bingning, she said irritably, I'm being serious. Lin Tian said, let me think about it. Losing your wife in middle age and still getting hundreds of billions in assets, isn't that too wonderful? Luo Bingning grabbed Lin Tian's arm and bit down. Ouch. Bingning, are you a dog? Lin Tian deliberately cried out in pain. Luo Bingning released him, glaring at Lin Tian, I told you not to talk nonsense. If you talk nonsense again, I'll bite you until you bleed. A phrase flashed through Lin Tian's mind, 1 drop of, that's 10 drops of blood. Bingning, don't worry. Your illness is rather troublesome, but once my medical skills improve, I can still resolve it. Even if I can't completely resolve it, if my medical skills improve and I properly treat you, won't you live longer? Living another 20 or 30 years, I don't think that's a problem. Lin Tian said with a smile. Luo Bingning's eyes lit up. Really? Lin Tian pursed his lips, at least I'm worth over 100 million now. I can support myself. What benefit would I get from lying to you? If I really lost my wife in middle age, would I be both father and mother to her? Even with money, the lack of maternal love would have a huge impact on the child. Luo Bingning huffed. We're not really together yet. I need to test you a little more. In her heart, Luo Bingning had already accepted Lin Tian. Otherwise, she wouldn't have accepted the necklace. But they've only met for a little over 10 days now, the time is too short. Lin Tian, don't tell anyone about my condition. Don't tell anyone. Not Yanzi, not my grandfather, not my parents. Luo Bingning instructed, I can still live for another 20 or 30 years. There's no need for them to worry about me. Lin Tian nodded. He wasn't a gossip. If Luo Bingning didn't say anything, he naturally wouldn't tell anyone else about her condition. Besides, Luo Bingning's illness was much more serious than he made it out to be. Lin Tian, watch TV with me for a while. This show is pretty good. Lin Tian chuckled, watching TV with you is no problem, but I earn hundreds of millions every minute. What's in it for me to watch TV with you? What do you want in return? Luo Bingning asked coquettishly. Simple, just hold your hand while watching TV. He did want to hold Luo Bingning while watching, but Luo Bingning probably wouldn't agree now, and besides, he himself would feel uncomfortable. For a young man full of vigor, holding a beauty like Luo Bingning in his arms, it would be too much to ask to remain unmoved. Luo Bingning responded weakly. They had held hands before at the movies, so she could accept this. Lin Tian sat down next to Luo Bingning. He took Luo Bingning's delicate hand in his. Luo Bingning's heart raced slightly. This handshake was quite different from the one at the movie theater. Back then, she didn't have much affection for Lin Tian. Deep down, she had basically accepted Lin Tian. Besides, that time was in a public place, she knew Lin Tian wouldn't do anything reckless. Now, it was just them, and they were still very close. Would Lin Tian do something? A while passed. Oops, we gave ourselves away. It's snowing, and the trees in the distance are lush and green. Lin Tian said with a chuckle. Luo Bingning said, filming has time limits. This is artificial snow scenery. This drama was probably filmed in March or April. Lin Tian paused. Luo Bingning's words made him realize that in winter, he could easily go to the tropics with Luo Bingning. For example, Sonya. That would greatly reduce the possibility of Luo Bingning's inner ice spirit erupting. I almost died from my own stupidity. I can't completely copy past experiences. Before, without airplanes, we couldn't go very far. Now, it's easy to get to the southern hemisphere. Lin Tian thought to himself. In ancient times, this was a severed yin meridian. Now, with advanced transportation, as long as they avoid winter, the effects of this meridian will be reduced. In that case, as long as my medical skills reach the Grandmaster level, helping Bingning survive this winter, or even next winter, shouldn't be a problem. If she can survive this winter, I'll still have plenty of time. If she survives next winter, I'll have even more time. Lin Tian thought to himself. With so much time, he refused to believe he couldn't obtain a better treasure chest. A golden treasure chest probably wouldn't be the best. Phew. Lin Tian secretly breathed a sigh of relief. A huge weight was lifted from his heart. With the system, time was his best friend. Given enough time, any problem could be solved. Speaking of which, the reason I can get all sorts of treasure chests from Bingning might be because she possesses the Ice Soul Yin physique. That explains why I can't get them from others. Lin Tian thought to himself. The Ice Soul Profound Yin physique is a top-tier cultivation physique. Such a physique is incredibly rare, if not impossible to find in 1,000 or 10,000 years, then certainly 1 in 100. Lin Tian, what are you thinking about? Luo Bingning turned and asked. Lin Tian seemed to be lost in thought. Lin Tian said regretfully, I was thinking about why such wonderful traditions from ancient times weren't passed down. It's a pity that traditional culture has been lost, alas. You mean the ancient arts of music, chess, calligraphy, and painting. These have been passed down, but they're not as valued as they used to be. Luo Bingning said. Lin Tian shook his head. I meant the ancient system of polygamy. It's tragic and lamentable that such a wonderful traditional culture is gone. Luo Bingning's jade-like hand reached to Lin Tian's waist. She gently twisted it. Ouch! Ouch! Lin Tian cried out, feigning pain. I'm ignoring you. I'll watch my show by myself. You go to sleep now, and you'll have all sorts of dreams when you're asleep. Luo Bingning said with a coquettish snort. Bingning, how about I sleep with you tonight? I'm afraid you'll worry about your illness and secretly cry all night. Lin Tian chuckled. No way. Luo Bingning retorted irritably. Lin Tian's reaction made her think that her illness probably wasn't that serious. Given Lin Tian's personality, it would be a big problem if he didn't try to take advantage of her, otherwise, she probably wouldn't live much longer. You'll regret it. HMPH, no way. Lin Tian went back to his room. He needed to cultivate, and unless something extremely important interfered, he never missed a night of training. Without the system, I can't improve my ancient medical skills, but in martial arts, I have a real chance of reaching the Grandmaster level. If I reach the Grandmaster level, combined with Grandmaster level ancient medical skills, perhaps I can alleviate Bingning's condition somewhat. If I can get through this year, I'll definitely be fine. Lin Tian thought to himself. He couldn't place all his hopes on the system. What if he couldn't get the Grandmaster level medical skills for a long time? Lin Tian's hometown. It was late at night, and Lin Tian's parents had been in bed for 2 hours. Lin Tian's mother, Chen Wan, tossed and turned, unable to sleep. Honey, is something wrong? Lin Haisheng reached out and turned on the light, asking suspiciously. No, nothing. Chen Wan shook her head. Lin Haisheng frowned. You definitely have something on your mind. At dinner tonight, you seemed hesitant, as if you wanted to say something. And you can't sleep when something's bothering you. Did something happen to our son outside? If anything happened to him, don't hide it from him. We still have some money in our savings account. Chen Wan sat up. Our son called during the day. He said something, and I'm hesitant to tell you. Lin Haisheng said irritably, what important secret is it that you and your son can know, but I can't? Chen Wan scoffed. Isn't it just that you're sometimes so stubborn? Tell me quickly, what is it? Lin Haisheng's curiosity was piqued. Chen Wan thought for a moment and said, my son has a girlfriend. My birthday is coming up soon, and they invited us to S-City for a few days. Huh, he didn't have a girlfriend last month, right? Isn't it a bit too early to invite us to meet them after less than a month together? Lin Haisheng was a little puzzled. Shouldn't they spend at least 6 months getting to know each other before meeting their parents? Could it be a blind date? But that's unlikely. Lin Tian is only 23, he's not at the point where he needs to go on blind dates yet, and they haven't been pressuring him. Our son's girlfriend is Luo Bingning, Chen Wan said. Lin Haisheng was stunned. He knew Luo Bingning, of course. The Luo family had assets worth hundreds of billions, and Luo Bingning, as the only son of 3 generations, was pampered and loved. I don't agree. After a long while, Lin Haisheng frowned. Chen Wan said irritably, I knew you'd object. The problem is, this is our son's choice. What good will your disagreement do? Lin Haisheng picked up a cigarette from the bedside table. He lit it. Dad's been dead for years. I naturally don't care about what happened back then. My objection is because they're not a good match. Perhaps the Luo family only agreed to be our son's girlfriend because they feel guilty about what happened back then. They'll probably break up in the future. Lin Haisheng frowned. Chen Wan asked doubtfully, what's the problem even if they break up? Lin Haisheng sighed, if our son finds a girlfriend like Luo Bingning first, and his standards rise, he might find it hard to accept anyone else later. Do you still want a grandson? Chen Wan. Another point is, the Luo family has hundreds of billions in assets. If our son is dating Luo Bingning, won't some people target him? Chen Wan's expression changed. Murder might be out of the question, but some people might actually cripple their son for huge profits. Lin Haisheng's eyes showed worry. Chen Wan swallowed hard. It shouldn't be that bad, right? The Luo family is very powerful, they should be able to guarantee our son's safety. Lin Haisheng shook his head. I don't think Luo Bingning's parents will agree to this. Call our son, and we'll have a serious talk with him. Lin Haisheng said in a deep voice. Let's call tomorrow, it's so late. Lin Haisheng shook his head, it's only 11 o'clock. The city isn't like our village, our son is probably still awake at this hour. Okay. Chen Wan made a phone call, but the phone rang for a while without being answered. Both of them were a little nervous. Could something really have happened? Our son is probably asleep, Chen Wan said. Lin Haisheng smoked. Silently. When he was almost finished, he said, these things are hard to explain over the phone. You should just agree tomorrow. We'll go to S City before your birthday and talk to them face to face. They really aren't suitable for each other. Chen Wan nodded. Lin Haisheng stubbed out his cigarette, go to sleep. Don't think too much. Around midnight, Lin Tian finished his cultivation. He checked his phone. His mother had called at 11. She hadn't called many times, so it probably wasn't urgent. I'll call back tomorrow, Lin Tian muttered to himself. His parents are probably asleep by now. 26 million followers. Lin Tian opened the Huayin app and checked his followers. His peak follower count was close to 25 million, but now it had surpassed that. Lin Tian noticed a significant increase in donations. Since he wasn't live streaming, the extra donations were all from tipping. The person who tipped him the most was, Old Rascal, who tipped him 100,000 times, a total of 10,000 times. Shen Chenyuan, my phone is about to cramp up. Besides this super fan, other loyal fans also tipped quite a bit, seemingly showing their support in this way. Many ordinary users also tipped. I wrongly insulted Master Lin, I admit my mistake, here are 10 gold coins. I'm the number 1 on the Sweet Jade Rabbit leaderboard, I feel like a complete idiot. Master Lin, please start a livestream, I'll send you spaceships. Fine paid, I'm back as a follower. Lin Tian opened the video comment section, countless people had left messages. No wonder there were so many likes. Lin Tian muttered. People have a herd mentality, so many people in the comments section paid the fine, and many others followed suit. I'll stick to the original plan and restart after reaching 30 million followers. Lin Tian thought to himself. At this rate, reaching 30 million followers shouldn't take long. Lin Tian, breakfast is in the steamer. When he woke up in the morning, Lin Tian saw the note left by Luo Bingning. Luo Bingning hadn't slept well last night, she had dark circles under her eyes this morning and left early before Lin Tian even came out. Beep. Lin Tian called his mother back. The call connected quickly. Mom, what was wrong that you called so late yesterday? Lin Tian asked. Chen Wan said, son, I haven't told your dad about you and Bingning yet. I just said I wanted to go to the beach. You're in S City, and your dad said he'd come to S City to celebrate my birthday. You don't need to buy the plane tickets, we took the train here the day before. Lin Tian said, Mom, I have money now. You don't need to take the train, I'll buy you plane tickets so you can experience it. His parents were almost 50 years old and had never flown before. No need, no need. Your dad said taking the train would allow us to see the scenery along the way. You have to go to work, so I can't talk to you anymore. Chen Wan hung up the phone after speaking. Lin Tian thought for a moment and transferred 20,000 yuan to his mother. If he transferred too much, his parents would come over today. Mom, you don't need to withdraw the money. And don't book a hotel in advance or anything, I'll arrange it. Lin Tian sent 2 more messages. Son, be careful. Chen Wan replied with 1 sentence. She didn't accept the money Lin Tian transferred. If the money was from Luo Bingning, she would have to return it to Luo Bingning. I need to slowly tell my parents some things, to make them believe I'm a genius, just deliberately hiding it before. Lin Tian pondered. He now possessed some abilities, but his system wasn't a super powerful one. He was far from being able to contend with the state apparatus. Therefore, protecting himself was crucial. He was skilled in the Erhu, Guqin, ancient medicine, in martial arts, and would undoubtedly become proficient in other areas in the future. Would others become suspicious? 3 or 5 skills might not raise suspicions, but what about a dozen or 20? Ordinary people weren't that monstrous. He needed to cultivate an image of himself as a monstrous genius. And someone afraid of death, someone who had deliberately hidden his abilities. To create the persona of a monstrous genius, without a doubt, he first had to convince his parents that their son was indeed such a top genius. Mom, did you take the 20,000 yuan red envelope? Don't worry, this money wasn't given to me by Bingning, and my job has nothing to do with Bingning either. She didn't find it for me. Your son is a genius, hee. Lin Tian sent a few messages to his mother, Chen Wan. Chen Wan quickly saw the messages. She was somewhat surprised. The money wasn't from Luo Bingning, and Lin Tian's job wasn't found by her. Yes, son, you're a genius. Chen Wan smiled and echoed Lin Tian. In her eyes, her son was indeed very smart. If he hadn't fallen ill before the college entrance exam, he would definitely have gotten into a better university. Back then, they actually wanted Lin Tian to repeat a year, but Lin Tian refused. Sigh. Chen Wan sighed inwardly. Back then, Lin Tian resolutely refused to repeat a year, so they let him be. Later, they always regretted it. Soon, Lin Tian discovered that the red envelope had been claimed. A faint smile appeared on his face. Beep beep. The phone rang. It was an unfamiliar number calling. Hello, Lin Tian. This is Fang Hejin, the leader of Team 3, Special Operations Division, S-City National Security Bureau. You've been assigned to our Team 3. If it's convenient, come over today to pick up your things. Fang Hejin on the other end of the line sounded somewhat annoyed. Each team has a limited number of slots, and the number of special personnel who can carry firearms long-term is even more limited. Lin Tian had taken one of them. If it were just a matter of someone taking a slot, it wouldn't be so bad. The problem is, Lin Tian is in their Team 3, and Lin Tian carries firearms long-term. If something happens later, will Fang Hejin take the blame? Team Leader Fang, I'm free now. Okay, I'll send you an address. Come over as soon as possible. After hanging up, Fang Hejin thought to himself, since he's joined their Team 3, a little testing shouldn't be a problem, right? If Lin Tian feels he's not capable enough after the test, he might back out, and then the slot he took will be freed up. An hour later, Lin Tian arrived at the address Fang Hejin had given him. Lin Tian, I'm Fang Hejin, the leader of Group 3. Welcome to the team. Fang Hejin was already waiting for Lin Tian in the parking lot. As soon as Lin Tian got out of the car, Fang Hejin, enthusiastically, extended his hand to shake Lin Tian's hand. Team Leader Fang, I don't know if the higher-ups have made it clear to you, but I'm just a figurehead. You can pretend I don't exist from now on. Lin Tian smiled and said. Fang Hejin inwardly scoffed, can they just pretend Lin Tian doesn't exist? If Lin Tian fired recklessly, or even lost his gun, he would bear a heavy responsibility, and the entire third group would be implicated. They probably wouldn't be eligible for performance reviews or promotions for 3 years. The higher-ups said so, but since you've joined our third group, you're one of us. Let me introduce you to the others first. Fang Hejin smiled. Our third group, including you, has a total of 36 people. Half of them aren't here, the rest are probably in the training room right now. Soon, Fang Hejin led Lin Tian to the third group's dedicated training room. Clap clap. He clapped his hands. Everyone, come here. For a moment, a dozen or so people quickly gathered around. Fang Hejin introduced, comrades, the comrade next to me is Lin Tian. He'll be a member of our third group from now on. He's been assigned to our group for a special mission. Lin Tian is definitely very capable, but he has his own mission. You all focus on your own tasks and don't bother him. Everyone looked at Lin Tian. They were eager to try. Fang Hejin had already told them to put some pressure on Lin Tian, ideally to get him to give up carrying a gun long-term. It's too dangerous for a team member you don't trust to carry a gun for an extended period. Lin Tian smiled slightly. Hello everyone, please take care of me from now on. Lin Tian, you're a special envoy from above, you must be very skilled. My marksmanship is pretty good, shall we go to the armory over there and have a competition? Someone stepped forward as soon as Lin Tian finished speaking. Lin Tian smiled and said, sure. Soon the group arrived at the armory next door. The armory was only about 30 meters long, suitable only for 30-meter shooting training. Bang, bang, bang. The man competing against Lin Tian was Zhao Yi. He took a quick aim, raised his hand, and fired. On the 15-meter target, he scored 93 rings out of 10 bullets. That's a very good score for a pistol. Lin Tian, you go. There are still 10 bullets left. Zhao Yi handed the pistol to Lin Tian. Lin Tian smiled and raised the pistol. Bang, bang, bang. His hand was very steady. Although his shooting speed wasn't as fast as Zhao Yi's, his accuracy was better, 96 rings. Lin Tian's score was announced quickly. Fang Hejin was surprised. Did Lin Tian have real skill? Let's try the rifle. Zhao Yi said somewhat defiantly. Okay. Lin Tian nodded with a smile. It's good to handle a gun and play with it. A few minutes later, their 30-meter rifle shooting scores were also in. Lin Tian's lead in the rifle was even greater. Lin Tian, your marksmanship is amazing, I admire you for that. Zhao Yi took a deep breath and said. Lin Tian, how about your hand-to-hand combat? Shall we test it out? I heard you're going to be handling guns for a long time, you can't be weak in that area. Another person came out of the armory and asked. Lin Tian glanced at Fang Hejin, who coughed lightly. Little Lin, why don't you show them what you've got? Sure. Lin Tian nodded with a smile. He walked closer to a hanging punching bag. Ha! Lin Tian swung his hand instantly. His right hand struck like a cannonball, smashing a hole through the otherwise high-quality punching bag. Yang Zhirang already knew he was a martial arts master, so even if Fang Hejin reported this, there wouldn't be any problem. Team leader Fang, let's call it a day. I'm afraid I might not be able to control my strength and injure someone. Lin Tian smiled slightly. Fang Hejin nodded, shocked. Did his superiors really have a very important mission for Lin Tian this time? He had martial artists under his command, but they couldn't break this sandbag at all. It had been hanging there for 2 or 3 years. Ahem, Lin Tian, you're better than me. The person who had proposed a hand-to-hand combat match with Lin Tian completely lost interest. If Lin Tian were to punch him like that, it might be enough to kill him. Lin Tian, come with me. Fang Hechan led Lin Tian to his office. He opened the sturdy safe inside his office. Lin Tian, this is your identification. Your gun and identification were sent from above. You must strictly ensure that neither is lost. If they are lost, you must report it immediately. In our country, losing a police officer's gun is a very serious matter. Fang Hejin solemnly warned. Lin Tian nodded. He would keep his gun and identification in his system space, even the most skilled thief couldn't steal them. Lin Tian, I don't know what kind of mission you're on, and you don't need to report to me. I wish you success in completing your mission. If you need any help, just say the word. Fang Hejin said in a deep voice. Before Lin Tian arrived, he wasn't very happy. Anyone would be annoyed to have a useless subordinate stuffed into their ranks. Now, Fang Hejin didn't think that way anymore. Lin Tian had already earned their respect with his abilities. Team leader, if there's anything that's not an emergency, you can call me. I'll be in S-City most of the time. I trust you can handle most situations. Lin Tian smiled. His joining had caused Fang Hejin and his team some trouble, so helping them out when necessary was only right. Thank you. Don't worry, Lin Tian. You have an important mission. Unless it's a matter of life and death, I definitely won't call to bother you. Fang Hejin smiled. Lin Tian had just demonstrated his skills very easily, and with Lin Tian's promise, Fang Hejin felt much more at ease. By the way, from now on, when I call you, I'll call you Boss Lin. If you call me Boss Fang, it means it's inconvenient for you to answer the phone. Calling me team leader makes it convenient for me to answer the phone. Lin Tian nodded. If he were truly carrying out an important mission, this was necessary, otherwise, a single call from Fang Hejin might expose him. Team leader, please keep my situation confidential. It's not convenient right now, but I'll treat everyone to drinks around the new year. Lin Tian smiled. Okay. Fang Hejin nodded. Lin Tian quickly left with the bag containing the gun and identification documents. There were 2 documents, a gun license and a national security certificate. Take it. Driving away, Lin Tian stored the gun and documents in his system space. Although he was a martial arts master, these documents were still very useful. Showing his fists didn't guarantee obedience. Showing a handgun was a different story. Besides, if a fight broke out, having this identity would prevent him from being taken to the station for questioning by the police. Since I'm just killing time anyway, I might as well re-record all those Erhu pieces. Lin Tian muttered to himself. He was now displaying master-level Erhu skills. The Erhu videos he had previously uploaded were only at the level of top-tier masters. He had many fans, including the old rascal, who were very supportive, and he couldn't let them down. They deserved better music. In the capital, inside the courtyard house where Old Shen lived. Still no new video. Old Shen sighed. He guessed that if there was a new video, it would likely be at a master level. After listening to Lin Tian's performance in the live stream, Old Shen was completely captivated. He lost his appetite when Lin Tian didn't stream or update. Master-level music resonates deeply. After hearing him play once in the live stream, even the videos Lin Tian had posted before felt lacking. Dad, isn't Master Lin going a bit too far? He hasn't even returned yet, and his fanbase has already surpassed its peak. Shen Wanchen said. Old Shen glared at him. What right do you have to judge a grandmaster? Besides, Master Lin is a master in both Guqin and martial arts. Don't get cocky just because you have some money. He lost millions of followers overnight after being smeared. Can't he be sad for a few days? Take my phone. You have to send another 10,000 gold coins today. Shen Wanchen. Dad, please spare me. I just saw you were upset, so I said it casually. I have great respect for grandmasters like Master Lin. Old Shen snorted. Is that so? Then show it with your actions. Is sending 10,000 gold coins really that hard? Shen Wanchen smiled bitterly. He could only send one at a time, he'd have to send it 10,000 times. His father's phone wasn't convenient for others to operate. What, you don't want to? Fine, I'll send them myself. Old Shen snorted. Dad, I'm willing. I'll see him off. Shen Wangchen started operating the system with a bitter face. He'd have to do the same thing 10,000 times. His fingers were almost cramping after yesterday's trip. Shen Wangchen had also called Hua Yin, asking if he could send more at once. Hua Yin couldn't help either. There are national regulations on this. Shen Wangchen didn't know the specific reasons. Anyone who didn't know would think Master Lin was the real son. Shen Wangchen thought to himself. Bingning, what's delicious today? Lin Tian returned home in the evening, smelling a rich aroma. Come see for yourself. Luo Bingning's voice came from the kitchen. Lin Tian went into the kitchen. Luo Bingning was wearing an apron and cooking. 3 dishes were already prepared on the counter. My wife, you've worked hard. Here's a loving hug. Lin Tian said with a smile, hugging Luo Bingning from behind. Luo Bingning froze instantly, her face and neck flushed crimson. Let go. You're not allowed to be so indecent. Luo Bingning's voice trembled slightly. Lin Tian's hand was on her abdomen, although he wasn't pressed against her. His body was very close. This embrace was a little stimulating for Luo Bingning. Bingning, why do you blush so easily? Lin Tian said with a smile. You bad boy, let me go, or you'll ruin the meal. Luo Bingning said coquettishly. It's okay, 3 dishes are enough for us. Besides, beauty is food for the eyes, even if I don't eat, just looking at you is enough to fill me up. Lin Tian chuckled. Luo Bingning's heart pounded. Lin Tian was speaking right next to her ear, she could clearly feel his warm breath. Lin Tian, let go of me. If you don't let go, I'll add another spoonful of salt. and you'll have to finish it too, HMPH. Luo Bingning huffed. Just then, the silver treasure chest above Luo Bingning's head transformed, turning golden in the blink of an eye. Whoosh! The first golden treasure chest. Lin Tian was overjoyed. He wondered what kind of ability this golden treasure chest contained. Ideally, it would be ancient medical techniques, so he could help Luo Bingning recover as soon as possible. System, oh system, be good and give me an ancient medical technique. Lin Tian thought to himself. Even if he and Luo Bingning didn't have feelings for each other, from a purely self-interested perspective, Luo Bingning couldn't be allowed to get hurt. Ding! Golden treasure chest opened. Congratulations, host, for obtaining god-level culinary skill. The system's voice rang in Lin Tian's mind. A massive amount of information flooded in. Lin Tian quickly left the kitchen and locked the bathroom door. The god-level culinary skill contained far too much information. It included all the delicacies from ancient and modern times, both Chinese and foreign. With god-level culinary skill, it's no exaggeration to say that Lin Tian is undoubtedly the #1 chef in history, both ancient and foreign. Although Bingning's culinary skills haven't reached the master level, they're still quite good. It's a pity about this golden-level treasure chest. However, this golden-level treasure chest does confirm one thing. After the Grandmaster level skills, there are god-level skills. 10 minutes later, Lin Tian's headache finally subsided. Coming out of the bathroom, Lin Tian found the dishes already laid out on the table. Seeing him, Luo Bingning's expression was a little strange. Lin Tian, are your hands clean? Don't hug me like that before we're truly together. Luo Bingning said reproachfully. Lin Tian. He instantly realized that Luo Bingning had probably misunderstood. He went to the bathroom because of a throbbing headache. Oh no, my reputation is ruined. Lin Tian was completely stunned. Even if he explained that he had simply gone to the toilet, Luo Bingning probably wouldn't believe him. She was convinced of his motives. Bingning, we're husband and wife, we should help each other. There are some things I can do, but if you can help me, that would be fine too, right? Lin Tian asked. Luo Bingning's face flushed crimson. She glared at Lin Tian, annoyed. I can help you with cooking, but there are some things I can't help with. You'll have to figure that out yourself. Lin Tian sat down, chuckling. That's what I meant. I don't know what you were thinking. To be honest, my cooking skills are god level, but my wife's cooking is pretty good too. I can only seal my skill. He'd seen a joke online before about someone who possessed an advanced chef's certificate and kept it a secret from his wife for over a decade, until his wife found it in a box. HMPH. Master Chef Lin, then you can keep that skill sealed. I'm afraid I'll get poisoned if I eat your food. Luo Bingning huffed. She felt Lin Tian was just deliberately changing the subject to ease the awkwardness. He must have been up to something bad just now. Oh, that's a pity. A hero without a stage to perform. Let's eat, let's eat. Lin Tian said with a smile. He had already said it was just that Luo Bingning didn't believe him. His culinary skills would likely be put to the test sooner or later, then he would be perfectly justified. Bingning, my parents said they'd come before my mom's birthday, but they said they'd take the train, and they don't want me to buy tickets. Lin Tian said after eating for a while. Luo Bingning's heart tightened slightly. She wanted to invite Lin Tian's parents, but even though they agreed, she was still a little nervous. She had basically accepted Lin Tian. They probably wouldn't divorce in the future, and Lin Tian's parents would be her in-laws. Did they know your income? If they don't, they probably won't buy high-speed rail tickets, they'll choose to take a slow train instead. It takes more than 10 hours for that old-fashioned green train to get here, it's too tiring. Luo Bingning frowned slightly. Lin Tian shook his head. I transferred 20,000 yuan to my mother. As for the rest, I plan to talk to them in person. Talking too much will only make them worry, and they'll be coming right away. You probably aren't ready to see them immediately. Luo Bingning nodded slightly. If they knew you suddenly had a mansion worth hundreds of millions and a luxury car worth millions, they would definitely worry. It's better to explain it to them face to face. At this point, Luo Bingning paused. Lin Tian, I think your villa should be for your parents to live in from now on. We won't be moving there for now, it's a bit of a waste to leave it empty. If they live there, it'll be easier for us to visit. Lin Tian smiled. That's what I was thinking too. I'll talk to them about it later, but they might not want to live here. Luo Bingning asked weakly. Lin Tian, have you told your parents about our situation? What did they say? I told my mom, but she said she hasn't told my dad yet. Lin Tian answered truthfully. A look of worry appeared in Luo Bingning's eyes. Will your dad object? What if your parents object? Lin Tian looked at Luo Bingning with a smile. Luo Bingning said coquettishly, Lin Tian, it's not that I've fallen for you, I just don't want our 3-year engagement to be affected. If you don't behave well, in 3 years, then, Luo Bingning wanted to say, then divorce. But the word, divorce, stuck in her throat. Then what? Lin Tian asked with a smile. HMPH, you know. If you don't behave well, you'll be fired. Luo Bingning looked at him with a touch of smugness. Lin Tian smiled as he looked at Luo Bingning. She looked quite cute, and he really wanted to reach out and pinch her cheek. Lin Tian, why don't you go back earlier? Why? Luo Bingning said, if you go back earlier, you can clarify some things with them in person. If they want to stay in S City, they can bring whatever they need directly. That way, they won't have to take the train. Lin Tian thought for a moment and said, what you said makes sense. I'll go back next week. If they don't want to stay here, I'll contact a professional villa builder to build them a villa. Prefabricated villas can be built quickly online, the main structure can be completed in 10 days, and the interior decoration can be fully included. Aside from being a bit expensive, these villas are perfect. Okay. Luo Bingning nodded. Lin Tian's mother's birthday is still 9 days away. It's too early for Lin Tian to go back now. He can go back around this time next week. Lin Tian, I need to tell you something. Guo Liang has withdrawn his investment. Lin Tian chuckled, he withdrew his investment. That's a good thing. He had designs on you, and now that he's gone, things will be much quieter. Luo Bingning frowned slightly. Now there's a small problem. With him gone, the company doesn't have enough money left to complete product testing. The company still needs to attract new investors. Now there are new investors, but they all have very strong backgrounds. They're not really after the company. Lin Tian raised an eyebrow. If they're not after the company, then it's obvious they're after Luo Bingning. Guo Liang is just a wolf, but the investors looking to get in now are probably tigers. Is this funding urgent? Lin Tian asked. Luo Bingning nodded. Money burns out very quickly these days. The company's funds will probably only last a month. Bringing in investors is urgent. How much funding do you need? Lin Tian asked. Next month, he'll have a considerable amount of money. He currently has several million in his bank account, and a lot of money in his Huayin account that hasn't been withdrawn. By next month, he should be able to come up with at least 20 million. Lin Tian doesn't plan to use the money in that overseas account. Around 30 million. Lin Tian thought for a moment. He was sure he'd have 20 million by next month, but if he wanted 30 million, he'd need to think of other ways to earn more. For example, taking on advertising jobs, or treating 1 or 2 patients. For wealthy people like Zhao Shanggulan, if he could solve their problems, they'd definitely be happy to pay 3 to 5 million. However, compared to the latter, Lin Tian preferred taking on advertising jobs. He didn't want to proactively seek out patients just to make money. He had already treated Luo Yongqin, Old Yang, Zhao Shanggulan, his teacher's wife Luo Bingning, and some children in the orphanage. Except for Zhao Shanggulan, he hadn't charged anyone. Even Zhao Shanggulan wasn't someone he actively sought out. It was Director Shi who asked for his help. If he wanted, he could treat whomever he wanted without charging money. If he charged, he might not treat people even if they came to him for help. Taking money changed the nature of the situation. If something went wrong, he didn't have a medical license and might face legal trouble. Lin Tian was unaware that he already possessed a medical license. The Yang family had arranged it for him, but hadn't informed him. Bingning, what are your thoughts? Lin Tian inquired. Luo Bingning frowned slightly. The family fortune will definitely be passed on to me in the future, but before that, I need to prove my abilities. Otherwise, many people might choose to leave the Luo family's empire. Therefore, I cannot obtain this 30 million from my family. Lin Tian asked, aren't any other companies willing to invest? Luo Bingning sighed softly. Even if there are, they might be secretly influenced. Companies without sufficient strength probably wouldn't dare to invest. Could you ask Chairman Zhao if he has any investment plans? Zhao Shangulin was a Forbes-listed figure. If he invested, others would have to consider their own strength before targeting him. Lin Tian shook his head slightly. Bingning, Chairman Zhao is just a patient of mine. He gave me benefits, and I treated him. I don't want to involve him in anything else. Luo Bingning nodded. Lin Tian smiled. There's someone else who might invest in you later. Who? Luo Bingning asked Yi Huoda. Lin Tian had a close relationship with the Yang family, and they could certainly provide the money, but the Yang family generally didn't get involved in such business. Far away, yet right in front of you. Lin Tian said with a smile. Luo Bingning stared blankly at Lin Tian. Lin Tian, you mean you'll invest 30 million? You're not going to mortgage the house, are you? That won't do. Although I'm confident in our product, any business can fail. You can't do that. Lin Tian smiled slightly. I didn't say I wanted to mortgage the house. That house might be our wedding home someday. A hint of shyness appeared on Luo Bingning's face. I can't come up with 30 million right now, but maybe next month. You probably don't need it immediately, do you? Luo Bingning looked at Lin Tian with some disbelief. She knew Lin Tian had received 5 million in consultation fees, so he definitely had money in his account, but the difference between 5 million and 30 million was huge. Lin Tian, do you want Chairman Zhao to find you some patients? I don't recommend that. I don't think it's a good idea. Luo Bingning frowned slightly. Lin Tian looked at Luo Bingning. Yang Zhirang knew about the masked hero identity, but Luo Bingning still didn't. It was necessary for him to keep it a secret before. Now that his relationship with Luo Bingning has deepened, even if he tells Luo Bingning about his true identity, they will not separate. I'm not here to treat people's illnesses. I have other ways to make money. 20 million by next month is definitely achievable, 30 million depends on the situation. Lin Tiandao. Luo Bingning stared blankly at Lin Tian. Lin Tian, are you talking nonsense? That's 30 million, not 3,000 yuan. Earning that much money is extremely difficult. That's what Luo Bingning said. Based on her understanding of Lin Tian, he's skilled in ancient medicine, which could make him a lot of money. He's also good at swimming, running, and drinking, but it's unlikely he'd make a fortune from those things in a short time. Lin Tian is a level 10 professional at playing the guqin, which is quite impressive, but making 30 million a month using that is a pipe dream. I'll tell you tomorrow. Leave work early tomorrow, I'll pick you up somewhere. Lin Tian smiled. Luo Bingning was itching to know. She really wanted to know, but the method for making a lot of money quickly might be Lin Tian's important secret. If Lin Tian didn't tell her, she wouldn't press him. The next day evening arrived in the blink of an eye. Lin Tian drove to Luo Bingning's company. He was driving his X5. Driving the Cullinan that Zhao Shangulin had given him seemed too ostentatious. Lu Guangjian, I think I've made myself clear. Our company doesn't lack funds right now, and we are not accepting investments for the time being. Inside the office, Luo Bingning frowned. A young man in his 30s sat opposite her. President Luo, from what I know about your company, the situation isn't like that. Guo Liang withdrew, taking 15 million with him. Didn't your company already have a certain funding gap? Luo Bingning said calmly. He doesn't know much about the company's situation. If there's nothing else, I'm going home. Lu Guangjian said, President Luo, I'm a guest here, and I don't think your attitude towards guests is appropriate. President Luo, how about this? You invite me to dinner tonight. We can discuss the investment over dinner. Our Lu family and your Luo family have many dealings. I came here specifically. You can't just not treat me to dinner, can you? Luo Bingning frowned slightly. The Lu family and the Luo family did indeed have many business dealings. The Luo family's assets were in the tens of billions, and the companies they managed had even more assets, spanning several industries. The Lu family's business was also quite large. The Lu family's assets were in the tens of billions. This asset scale is still somewhat weaker compared to the Zheng family, whose assets are in the hundreds of billions, but it's far, far stronger than the Guo Liang family. Knock knock. A knock sounded at the door. Come in, Luo Bingning said. Lin Tian pushed open the door. He had waited downstairs for a while, and since Luo Bingning hadn't come down by the appointed time, he came up directly. Bingning, you still have guests at this hour. Lin Tian smiled. Luo Bingning stood up. Young Master Lu, let me introduce you. This is my boyfriend, Lin Tian. Darling, this is Luo Bingning, the second young master of the Luo family. He's quite capable in business. Luo Bingning's sharp eyes sized up Lin Tian. He had long coveted Luo Bingning, but fearing the consequences of standing out, and unsure of who his rivals might be, he refrained from immediate action. Unexpectedly, Lin Tian and Luo Bingning were now living together. This infuriated him. He wanted to intervene immediately, but lacked a suitable opportunity, and besides, he believed Li Feng and his group could also drive Lin Tian away. However, Li Feng and Guo Liang proved to be utterly incompetent. More than half a month passed, and Lin Tian and Luo Bingning were still living together. Guo Liang's withdrawal presented an opportunity for Luo Bingning. If he invested, he would have ample justification to approach Luo Bingning. Young Master Lin, President Luo has very high standards. For you to become her boyfriend, you must possess extraordinary qualities. Let's exchange ideas more often in the future. Luo Bingning said with a forced smile. He extended his hand. He wasn't a martial artist, but he regularly trained and was in good physical condition. Lin Tian smiled and shook hands with Luo Bingning. Luo Bingning immediately clenched his fist. Lin Tian raised an eyebrow. Playing this trick is like searching for shit in a latrine. The next second, Luo Bingning almost cried out in pain. Lin Tian's hand felt like an iron clamp. He felt as if his fingers were about to be crushed, and his entire face quickly turned a liverish color. From their expressions, Luo Bingning immediately judged that Luo Bingning was definitely the one who had suffered in the handshake. Young Master Luo Bingning says you're very capable in business, so you must be extremely strong. Let's exchange ideas more often in the future. How about this, young Master Luo, my treat tonight. Let's go out for dinner, and I'll learn a lot from you. Lin Tian said with a smile. Luo Bingning, enduring the excruciating pain, said, that would be great. Let's head out now, and we can discuss things at the dinner table. Lin Tian turned to Luo Bingning. Bingning, sorry, I forgot to ask your opinion. How about we have dinner together tonight? He slowly increased the pressure on his hand. Luo Bingning was in so much pain that tears were almost streaming down his face. He tried to pull his hand away, but Lin Tian's grip was too strong. Even if he used his left hand, he probably wouldn't be able to pull it back. Luo Bingning hesitated slightly. Every second she hesitated meant another second of pain for Luo Bingning. President Luo, Lin Tian is your boyfriend. He didn't keep his word. To get rid of him, Luo Bingning went so far as to say such things. He felt like he'd be crushed if he continued. Luo Bingning nodded slightly, looking at Lin Tian tenderly. Darling, that's fine, but the doctor told you not to drink too much later. Lin Tian's expression was slightly strange. This little Luo Bingning, she's got some tricks up her sleeve. She knows her own alcohol tolerance, yet she deliberately tells him to drink less. Isn't that just inviting Luo Bingning to get beaten up? Lin Tian nodded. Okay. If we're going to have a child, I really should drink less for a year. I'll be careful later. Luo Bingning. Luo Bingning's tone was slightly pleading. Young Master Lin, shall we leave now? We'll be in rush hour if we don't go soon. Okay. Lin Tian finally released Luo Bingning's hand. Luo Bingning pulled his hand back and placed it behind his back. His hand was trembling, and the muscles and bones in his hand still ached. Lin Tian hadn't used any internal force to injure him, but his grip was strong, and Luo Bingning needed a while to recover from this handshake. President Luo, where's the restroom? I need to use it. Luo Bingning said. Turn left after you go out, it's at the end. Young Master Luo, you don't look well. Stomach ache. We can wait a little longer. Okay. Luo Bingning quickly left the office. PFF'd. Luo Bingning laughed. Lin Tian, I bet Luo Bingning never wants to shake hands with you again. Lin Tian smiled. If he comes over again, just give me a call. I'm practically a host, so I have to be more enthusiastic. Inside the restroom, Luo Bingning carefully examined his hand. The bones weren't broken, but his hand still ached. He never expected Lin Tian's grip to be so terrifying. You bastard, I'll drink you to death later. Luo Bingning gritted his teeth. He was shrewd in business and also a consummate alcoholic. He could drink half a gin of baijiu without batting an eye, and a gin wouldn't be a problem for him. The most he ever drank was 1.5 gin and he wasn't completely drunk. President Luo, young Master Lin, let's go. After resting for 5 minutes, Lu Guangjian's hand finally stopped hurting. If it still hurt, he'd probably have to go to the hospital for a checkup. Okay, Lin Tian said with a smile. The three of them quickly went downstairs. Luo Bingning and Lu Guangjian both got into Lin Tian's car, with Luo Bingning sitting in the passenger seat. Young Master Lu, you're not feeling well. Why don't you two skip the drinking today? Alcohol isn't good for your health. Luo Bingning persuaded him. Lu Guangjian laughed. A little bit is fine. President Luo, you shouldn't drink, you still have to drive later. Bingning, we'll just have 1 bottle of wine later, half a gin each. I can easily drink half a gin. Lin Tian chuckled. Luo Bingning said coquettishly, anyway, you should drink less. Soon after, Lin Tian and the others arrived at a high-end restaurant. Lin Tian ordered a bottle of motai. Young Master Lu, I can hold my liquor, but Bingning only allowed me to drink half a gin, 250 milliliters. Let's each drink half of this bottle today. I told Bingning that from now on, when you come over, young Master Lu, I'll help her entertain you. There will be more opportunities to drink. Lin Tian smiled and said. Lu Guangjian sneered inwardly. In his view, Lin Tian was giving him a stern warning, a way of telling him not to come back. The food arrived quickly. The two of them worked together, and in about 10 minutes they had almost finished a bottle of wine. Luo Bingning then got up and went to the restroom. Young Master Lin, it's rare to have a drink like this, shall we have some more? Who knows when we'll be able to come back for another drink? Lu Guangjian said. Lin Tian hesitated. Isn't that a bit much? We agreed to drink a whole bottle. Lu Guangjian said, young Master Lin, you're too strong. You almost crushed my hand. Half a bottle isn't enough. All right then, let's have some more. Lu Guangjian nodded. I'll go tell the waiter. Shortly after, the waiter brought 2 bottles of Baijiu Chinese liquor. When Luo Bingning returned, one of the bottles had already been finished by Lin Tian and his companion. Both had drunk a gin, approximately 500 milliliters. Lin Tian, why did you drink so much? Luo Bingning frowned slightly. Lin Tian, slightly drunk, said, Bingning, I didn't order the alcohol. Don't worry, I can still drink. Luo Bingning looked at Lin Tian with feigned helplessness. Don't drink like this again. Lin Tian nodded. Brother Lu, let's continue. You rarely come all this way, so I have to keep you company. Not long after, Luo Bingning, opportunely, went out to make a phone call. When she returned to the room, Lin Tian and his companion were already drinking their 4th bottle, and the 4th bottle was more than half empty. Young Master Lin, I need to use the restroom. Lu Guangjian stood up unsteadily. Bang! He opened the door, but his head hit the doorframe. Brother Lu, are you alright? No, I'm not drunk. Lu Guangjian forced himself out of the room. Luo Bingning looked at Lin Tian with slight worry. Lin Tian chuckled, Bingning, don't worry. Even if I've been drinking, it won't affect our plans to have a baby. Luo Bingning rolled her eyes at Lin Tian. Lin Tian looked drunk too, it was all an act. Lin Tian, will Lu Guangjian get into trouble? He's drunk so much, if something happens to him, we'll be in trouble too. Luo Bingning asked. Lin Tian smiled and said, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'm just teaching him a lesson, I won't let him die. He also called someone to come pick him up. Luo Bingning nodded slightly. In the restroom, Lu Guangjian vomited violently. 10 minutes later, Lin Tian and the others emerged from the restaurant. Lu Guangjian got into his car and drove away. The person picking him up was none other than Guo Liang. Young Master Lu, why were you drinking with Lin Tian? That guy's alcohol tolerance is insane, even President Chao of Tianmu Group couldn't outdrink him. Guo Liang said with a wry smile. President Chao couldn't outdrink him. Damn. After vomiting, Lu Guangjian sobered up a bit. Hearing Guo Liang's words, he knew he'd been tricked. President Chao of Tianmu Group was known for his exceptional alcohol tolerance in the industry. I heard from President Chao that Lin Tian drank 3 gin 1.5 kilograms that time, and he was completely unaffected. Guo Liang said. Lu Guangjian, he was completely dumbfounded, he felt like an idiot. Bingning, didn't I say yesterday I'd take you somewhere today? Once we're there, you'll see how I make money. But you'll miss out on some surprises. Do you want to go now, or have more surprises? Luo Bingning started the car, and Lin Tian, sitting in the passenger seat, asked. Luo Bingning asked in surprise, is it really possible to earn 30 million? Lin Tian smiled, it is indeed possible. If you want to know, I'll set up a navigation system for you, just follow it. Luo Bingning thought for a moment and said, your parents don't know yet, do they? Lin Tian shook his head. They don't know. Luo Bingning, last night I was really itching to know, but after so much time has passed, I'm not so eager anymore. My aunt and uncle don't know yet, so I'm not in a rush either. A series of small surprises might make life more interesting than a big one. Lin Tian chuckled. Really don't want to know. Don't worry, it's definitely not like I'm going to sell you somewhere. Luo Bingning huffed. Sell me. I could take on at least 3 of you. It's getting late, let's go home. Don't be in such a rush to make money. I'll be careful with my spending, maybe 20 million will be enough. Lin Tian nodded. Since Luo Bingning chose not to know for now, his identity as the masked hero would remain a secret. Continuing to keep it a secret was actually better for him. The Gukan, the Erhu, the martial arts master, and even other things to come, these could have been multiple surprises. Using these methods, he could potentially obtain multiple treasure chests. If Luo Bingning knew directly, the surprise would only be this once. Even if the surprise was bigger, could she directly obtain a golden treasure chest? Beep beep. On her way home, Luo Bingning's phone rang. She glanced at it, it was her mother calling. Squeak. Luo Bingning approached the car, gave Lin Tian a mute gesture, and then answered the phone. Mom, missed me. Luo Bingning's mother, your dad is angry at home. The Lu family has gone crazy for some reason, they suddenly changed their minds about several business deals we'd agreed on. Your dad loves you the most, comfort him. Luo Bingning was stunned. The Lu family suddenly changed their minds about business. She glanced at Lin Tian. Lin Tian was a little dumbfounded. Was Lu Guangjian really such a sore loser? He suffered a little loss with him, and now his family is retaliating. Mom, when did this happen? Luo Bingning asked. Luo Bingning's mother mentioned the time, and Luo Bingning secretly breathed a sigh of relief. The incident happened in the afternoon, before Lin Tian met Lu Guangjian. Your father was busy until he just got back because of this. The Lu family really upset him this time. Luo Bingning said, Lu Guangjian came to my company today, and I refused his offer to invest. Is that why? Is that so? If it's because of this, the Lu family has gone too far. Putting so much pressure on us, do they think the Luo family is easy to bully? Luo Bingning's mother said angrily. Mom, you talk to dad first. I'll call him when I get home. After hanging up, Luo Bingning explained the situation to Lin Tian. Bingning, isn't this a bit strange? This should cause considerable losses for the Lu family, right? Lin Tian asked doubtfully. Would the Lu family really go to such lengths for Lu Guangjian? It is a bit strange. Luo Bingning nodded. If the Lu family were much stronger than the Luo family, this kind of pressure would make sense. The problem is, the Lu family is far weaker than the Luo family. The Luo family's domestic assets are worth tens of billions, while the Lu families are only worth tens of billions. The difference is significant. A buffalo threatening an elephant. Lin Tian, don't overthink it. This happened before you met Lu Guangjian, and it has nothing to do with Lu Guangjian suffering losses at your hands. My dad will handle it. Luo Bingning said. Lin Tian nodded slightly. Luo Yongchen has already retired behind the scenes. Luo Bingning's father controls the vast Luo family. His abilities and methods are undoubtedly exceptional. Not long after, Lin Tian and the others returned home. Dad. Luo Bingning dialed her father's number. HMPH. Luo Bingning's father, Luo Hongchuan, snorted. Bingning, you haven't called home for 4 or 5 days. Is your credit card frozen and you running out of living expenses? Luo Yongchen didn't live with Luo Hongchuan and his family, and they didn't know that Lin Tian had cured him. Luo Hongchuan knew nothing else about Lin Tian. Out of sight, out of mind. Dad, I have enough money. Luo Hongchuan said earnestly, your father and I objected to you being with Lin Tian, but it was for your own good. It's good that you care about Grandpa, but you can't sacrifice your own happiness for it. Have you regretted living with Lin Tian for so long? If you regret it, you can tell Dad anytime. If you're too embarrassed to tell Lin Tian, Dad will talk to him for you. Dad won't mistreat him, he'll give him a lot of compensation. Luo Bingning was on the balcony at that moment. She glanced at Lin Tian lying on the sofa. She said, I feel good about marrying Lin Tian. He's much better than I expected. Maybe we'll stay together forever. Luo Hongquan. He suddenly felt that the trouble caused by the Lu family was nothing. In his view, his daughter's happiness was the most important thing. The Luo family, which he had worked so hard to build, would eventually be passed on to Luo Bingning. If Luo Bingning wasn't happy, nothing else mattered. Bingning, don't say such hurtful things. And don't do anything foolish. Dad will unfreeze your credit card, okay? Luo Hongquan took a deep breath. He was afraid that Luo Bingning would sleep with Lin Tian in a fit of anger. Dad, I wasn't saying this out of anger. Lin Tian is really a good person. He's actually very outstanding, Luo Bingning said. Luo Hongquan said in a deep voice, Bingning, don't do anything foolish, or Dad will never forgive you or Lin Tian. Dad will unfreeze your credit card now. But your credit card will have a limit of 150,000 yuan, so be careful with your spending. Luo Hongquan hung up the phone after saying that. Luo Bingning entered the living room. Lin Tian, Grandpa doesn't seem to have told Mom and Dad about your situation. Should I tell them? Knowing your true situation, perhaps they won't object. Lin Tian shook his head. I think it's better not to take the risk. He only agreed to let us live together now because he thinks it's impossible for us to be together. If he thought there was a good chance we'd be together, would he still have agreed? Luo Bingning muttered, maybe he'd just accept you outright. Lin Tian chuckled, Bingning, let nature take its course. There's no need to say anything. They'll find out some things later. Besides, what if your dad throws a check for $1 billion in my face and I can't resist the temptation? Luo Bingning pouted, you're dreaming. Even though our family has hundreds of billions in assets, coming up with $1 billion in cash isn't easy. Luo family. What's wrong? You haven't called your daughter for days. You just called her, and why is your face even longer? Luo Bingning's mother asked suspiciously. Luo Hongquan frowned. Bingning said Lin Tian is very outstanding and that she might stay with him forever. Was that just said in anger? I just unfroze her bank card. Luo Bingning's mother said, Lin Tian is just ordinary. She said he's outstanding, that's clearly just said in anger. Honey, let's not keep telling her to divorce him. She'll easily become rebellious and won't divorce him easily. Luo Hongquan took a deep breath. You're right. Lin Tian sat down at the computer in the bedroom. The computer was already in the room, and its configuration was quite high. I want to see what the Lu family is up to, Lin Tian muttered to himself. After turning on the computer, he turned on some music and quickly began searching for clues online. He quickly discovered that Lu Guangjian's father, Lu Cunho, had a mistress. With the Lu family's assets in the billions, it was normal for Lu Cunho to have a mistress. Wealthy people often have mistresses. Isn't Lu Cunho being a bit too generous in transferring money to his mistress? Lin Tian was a little suspicious. He found that Lu Cunho had transferred nearly 30 million yuan to his mistress in total. Most mistresses wouldn't receive such treatment. If the money is too much, she might run away. Could she be pregnant? Lin Tian quickly checked hospital records. He couldn't find any at regular hospitals, but through his tracking, he found one at a private hospital. Lu Cunho and his mistress did indeed have a son, now 7 years old, living in Dongjiang country. The child is actually in Dongjiang country. That's interesting, Lin Tian muttered to himself. He quickly hacked into Dongjiang country's network and soon discovered that Lu Cunho and his mistress Zhang Wan's son was being raised by an elderly couple in Dongjiang country. They were Zhang Wan's biological parents. So they're a walking 500,000. Lin Tian sneered. Zhang Wan clearly had biological parents, and she knew it, yet she was an orphan from a young age and acquired Chinese citizenship. Zhang Wan's parents were ruthless, they sent her to China when she was very young, and she'd hardly ever seen them in her life. Lu Cunho's mistress is actually a spy from Dongjiang country. Then the Lu family's actions this time might have a reason. Lin Tian continued his online investigation. Half an hour later, he actually found something. Damn it. Lin Tian slapped his forehead, looking helpless. Following the trail, he discovered the matter was actually related to him. Dongjiang country had recently suffered a severe hacker attack. With all his money stolen, the hacker group he had attacked, Hellfire, eagerly made a fortune in Dongjiang country. Given the relationship between Dongying country and China, Dongying country immediately suspected China and intensified its actions against China. The primary target was the Dragon Group. They suspected Luo Yongqin was a member of the Dragon Group. This action was just the beginning of a series of moves. The Lu family, and other forces, would also be targeting the Luo family. My father-in-law's days are probably numbered. Lin Tian muttered to himself. Dongying Kingdom wasn't certain that Luo Yongqin was a member of the Dragon Group. If the Luo family's reaction was normal, suspicion might be dispelled. If their reaction was unusual, they would be even more suspicious. You bastards, we told you to target Dongying Kingdom, not to deliberately frame China. Couldn't you have just done it openly? Lin Tian cursed inwardly. He quickly re-entered the Hellfire Organization's encrypted chat group. This chat group was newly created. They were using all their technical skills. However, against Lin Tian, who possessed top-tier Grandmaster hacking skills, their chat group offered little protection. Fuck. One of them suddenly noticed a new person in the chat group. They were still using Putin's profile picture. Ding, he received a bank SMS notification. $3 million had been transferred from his bank account. Why? We earned this money from Japan. He immediately sent a message in the chat group, and the others quickly discovered that their bank accounts were empty again. You must use your own name, at least let them know you're from the US, not China. 3 of you withdrew $1 million, trying to avoid my attack. You'd better hurry up and deposit the money back in. Otherwise, the consequences will be severe. Lin Tianfen messaged them, still in Russian. Heaven knows what these guys will cause in the future. He had to mitigate the risks and not bring trouble to his country. You're a Russian hacker, why can't we pretend to be Chinese hackers? The leader of Hellfire asked, somewhat annoyed. China is now our friend, and I like Chinese culture. You cannot attack China, nor can you impersonate China. If you want to make money, reveal your identities. I will not take a single penny of what you earn this way. The Hellfire leader was furious, but he could only grit his teeth and accept it. Fine, we will reveal our identities from now on. Being outmatched, they had no choice but to admit defeat. The 3 who had managed to withdraw their money secretly deposited it back into their bank account. Ding, soon after, they received a notification. The money they had just deposited was gone. These guys will probably be eager to continue targeting Dongying Kingdom. With them taking action, my father-in-law will have an easier time. Lin Tian muttered. He opened his secret account, where $480 million lay, equivalent to nearly 3.5 billion Chinese yuan. These guys are ruthless. They managed to get $50 million from Dongying country so quickly. No wonder they're so furious. Lin Tian thought to himself. He only had $430 million before. Having $50 million taken away, it's no wonder some forces in Dongying country are enraged. Although there will be a lot of trouble, cutting ties with some problematic companies isn't necessarily a bad thing in the long run. Lin Tian thought to himself. He didn't remind his father-in-law, Luo Hongquan. If Luo Hongquan knew, his reaction might be unusual. Dongying country would be even more certain that the Luo family is connected to the Dragon Group. They might then relentlessly pursue the Luo family and Luo Yongqin. After cultivating for 3 cycles, Lin Tian was preparing to sleep when he suddenly heard a painful groan coming from Luo Bingning's room. It hurts again. Lin Tian frowned slightly. This time, Luo Bingning's pain was almost half a month shorter than the last time. The shortened duration of the pain was definitely not a good thing. Bingning, open the door. Lin Tian went out and knocked on Luo Bingning's door. Luo Bingning quickly opened the master bedroom door. Her face was pale, and cold sweat dripped from her forehead. She had been in pain for several minutes. She had been trying to endure it, but just now she couldn't bear it anymore. Bingning, lie down. I'll give you a massage, it should make you feel better. I must say, Lin Tian said quickly. Luo Bingning lay down on the bed, rolling up her pajamas to reveal her flat, smooth belly, which felt cool to the touch. Lin Tian channeled his inner energy, guiding the escaping chill into his own body. As a Grandmaster-level martial artist, his endurance was far greater than Luo Bingning's. Luo Bingning gradually recovered. She felt Lin Tian's hands were warm. Bingning, from now on, don't set your air conditioner below 27 degrees Celsius. Lower temperatures will worsen your illness. Lin Tian spoke. Luo Bingning nodded and sat up. It never hurt this much before. This time the pain is even more intense than last time. Lin Tian, are you lying? How much longer do I have to live? Lin Tian said seriously, I think you can live for another 1,000 years. Luo Bingning retorted irritably, good people don't live long, but bad guys live 1,000. All you do is annoy me. Lin Tian chuckled, then think about it carefully. If you didn't have much time left, would I treat you like this? Luo Bingning tilted her head and thought for a moment. That seemed to make sense. Bingning, if you're really worried about this, I think you need to do something first, so you won't have any regrets when you ascend to heaven. What is it? Luo Bingning asked Yehuoda. Lin Tian chuckled, let's sleep together. If you're worried about not living much longer, I'll help you with this. Luo Bingning glared at Lin Tian, embarrassed and annoyed. No need. Besides annoying me, you just want to take advantage of me, HMPH. Luo Bingning said irritably. After Lin Tian's rambling, her worries lessened considerably. Bingning, I'll tell you my secret tomorrow. Isn't tomorrow Saturday? I'll take you to the place we're going to today. Lin Tian chuckled. Right now, he could simply take out his phone, log into the backend, and tell Luo Bingning that he was masked man, but inside the shop, he could play the Gukan in the Erhu. The latter would give Luo Bingning a much greater shock. The chances of Luo Bingning generating a treasure chest would be much higher. Why are you planning to tell me right away? Am I really going to die? Luo Bingning's expression changed slightly. Lin Tian reached out and covered Luo Bingning's mouth. Stop. I was going to tell you because I wanted you to know that your husband is a genius. To give you more confidence. Luo Bingning's face turned red. Her lips touched Lin Tian's hand, and a bronze treasure chest slowly appeared above her head. Lin Tian was overjoyed. If the impact on Luo Bingning tomorrow is significant, a bronze treasure chest might be upgraded to a gold treasure chest now that a bronze treasure chest has appeared. The first golden treasure chest he opened contained cooking skills, which was a bit of a blow to Lin Tian. He wasn't really keen on cooking. It'll do, I guess. Besides, Luo Bingning's cooking is quite good, not just something to eat. Lin Tian, go to sleep. I'm fine. Luo Bingning shrank back a little. If you're uncomfortable sleeping alone, just call me anytime. I offer 24-hour sleeping companionship. Lin Tian said with a smile. Get lost. Luo Bingning threw a pillow at Lin Tian. Give me a pillow. Then I won't be polite. You smell nice, this pillow you slept on definitely smells better than mine. Lin Tian chuckled and took the pillow out of the room. You bad guy. Luo Bingning looked annoyed. Thinking about Lin Tian using her pillow, which still carried her scent, Luo Bingning's heart raced. The next morning arrived in the blink of an eye. Lin Tian came out of his room and was surprised to see Luo Bingning. What happened? The treasure chest above Luo Bingning's head had turned silver. She just slept peacefully. How did the treasure chest upgrade? Lin Tian was a little confused. But it didn't matter if he didn't understand, it was a good thing. Now that it was a silver treasure chest, it would most likely turn into a gold treasure chest today. The two quickly finished breakfast. Lin Tian, wait a moment, I'll go change my clothes. Luo Bingning went into the room. A dozen minutes later, she came out. Lin Tian's eyes lit up with amazement. Luo Bingning was wearing a snow-white dress. Some women with less than perfect skin find it difficult to pull off a snow-white dress, as the contrast makes their skin appear even worse. But Luo Bingning didn't have this problem at all. She usually looked great in ordinary clothes or business attire, but now, in this dress, she looked like a fairy descended to earth. Wife, you're so beautiful, Lin Tian exclaimed. Luo Bingning blushed slightly. Lin Tian had called her wife before, but this time it felt different. Lin Tian, let's go quickly. I'm eager to know what the secret is. Luo Bingning said. Lin Tian and Luo Bingning quickly set off. In less than half an hour, he drove to the shop they had bought. Luo Bingning was puzzled. Why did Lin Tian bring her to a tea house? Lin Tian hadn't even changed the shop sign, there was no need. Bingning, wait outside for a moment. Lin Tian opened the door and went inside. Luo Bingning waited outside while Lin Tian quickly changed into his ancient costume, though he didn't put on his mask yet. Bingning, come in. Lin Tian's voice came from inside the shop. Luo Bingning entered the shop and paused, startled to see Lin Tian. Lin Tian sat there, a guqin, a 7-stringed zither placed before him. Bingning, close the door. Lin Tian smiled. Luo Bingning closed the shop door. Lin Tian, what are you doing? Luo Bingning asked Yihuo Wendao. She knew Lin Tian was a professional level 10 guqin player, and she quite liked the guqin. Was Lin Tian going to give her a private guqin performance? Luo Bingning had seen Masked Heroes videos and even watched his live streams, but she didn't immediately recognize this house. Before, when watching videos and live streams, she mainly focused on the music. Bingning, have you ever seen a professional guqin performance? Lin Tian smiled. Luo Bingning nodded. Yes, I have. I really love the guqin. I've seen several master-level concerts. I'll play a piece for you. Lin Tian smiled. Luo Bingning sat down next to Lin Tian, her beautiful eyes fixed on him. Lin Tian looked quite handsome in his ancient costume. Soon, melodious guqin music began. Lin Tian played, High Mountains and Flowing Water. Luo Bingning stared at Lin Tian in disbelief. Her guqin skills weren't high, but she had listened to many performances and had a good eye. Lin Tian's playing was definitely master level. She had heard 3 guqin masters perform live, and she was certain the 2 of them were definitely less skilled than Lin Tian. As the piece ended, Luo Bingning exclaimed in shock, Lin Tian, you've reached the master level on the guqin. You're not a professional level 10. The difference between professional level 10 and a guqin master is enormous. Listen to another piece. Lin Tian didn't answer directly. He played another piece, his skill no less than before. You've definitely reached the master level. Luo Bingning took a deep breath. Lin Tian smiled and nodded. That's right, I am indeed at the master level on the guqin. Let me play you an Erhu. Huh. Luo Bingning was stunned. Why does this sound so familiar? He plays both the guqin and the Erhu. A masked figure flashed into Luo Bingning's mind. Lin Tian, your Grandmaster Lin. Luo Bingning asked, utterly shocked. Lin Tian smiled and nodded. Bingning, you finally know. I thought you'd know once we got here. Luo Bingning stared blankly at Lin Tian. The internet says Grandmaster Lin is in his 40s. Lin Tian is only 23. You're a master of the guqin, a grandmaster of the Erhu, and a master of martial arts. Luo Bingning stammered. Lin Tian chuckled. Can't believe it's true. Let me process this. Above Luo Bingning's head, the silver treasure chest began to change. Soon, the silver treasure chest transformed into a golden treasure chest. Lin Tian's eyes lit up. He stood up and walked towards Luo Bingning. Above Luo Bingning's head was a golden treasure chest. If she waited, it might transform into a higher level chest. But Lin Tian didn't need a higher level chest right now. Between 1 higher level chest and 2 golden treasure chests, he would definitely prefer 2 golden chests. The reason was simple. He needed to upgrade his ancient medical skills or martial arts, so that Luo Bingning could at least survive this winter. Obtaining a stronger chest that guaranteed an upgrade in ancient medical skills or martial arts would be ideal, but that wasn't guaranteed. Each additional golden treasure chest gave Luo Bingning more hope. Surviving this winter would give him an extra year, enough time to slowly improve his skills. It's worth mentioning that even if he went to Hainan, or even the southern hemisphere, winter would still be difficult for Luo Bingning. People are affected by their biological clock. The ice essence within her was affected by the changing seasons. In winter, when it was hot around her, Luo Bingning's condition would worsen. Going to Hainan or the southern hemisphere won't solve the fundamental problem. Lin Tian, Luo Bing's heart pounded. Lin Tian was walking towards her now. Was he going to kiss her? Do you have a lot of questions you want to ask? Lin Tian chuckled. He stretched beside Luo Bingning, his hand touching the golden treasure chest above her head. The golden treasure chest vanished instantly. I'll answer whatever you want to ask. Lin Tiandao. Ding, the golden treasure chest has been opened. Congratulations, host, for obtaining divine level calligraphy. The system's voice echoed in Lin Tian's mind. He sighed inwardly. This wasn't the skill he truly desired. Being able to write beautiful characters and calligraphy was good enough, but even the best calligraphy couldn't cure Luo Bingning's illness. Bingning, think about it first. I'm going to the restroom. God-level calligraphy contained a massive amount of information. At first, it was manageable, but soon his head would throb with pain. Okay. Luo Bingning nodded. She definitely needed to recover. In her previous records, Lin Tian seemed ordinary. She hadn't expected him to surprise her so many times. He had already demonstrated strong physical abilities, impressive ancient medical skills, and a professional level 10 in playing the Guqin. She thought that was already quite remarkable. She hadn't expected Lin Tian to be hiding something. He was actually the internet sensation, masked hero, and his Guqin playing was at a master level. His Erhu playing was at the grandmaster level. Lin Tian was also a master level martial artist. Lin Tian's medical skills should be at least master level, so he's a grandmaster of the Erhu, and the other three are all master level. Luo Bingning murmured to herself, incredulous. Reaching master level in any of these areas is no easy feat. 10 minutes later, Lin Tian emerged from the bathroom, having already processed the massive amount of information he had gathered about calligraphy. Lin Tian, why are you hiding all this? Luo Bingning asked Yihuo de Wendao. Lin Tian smiled. Let's make some tea and talk over. Soon, Lin Tian boiled water and brewed tea. The reason is actually quite simple. I'm afraid of dying, afraid of being dissected. High intelligence has its troubles too. Luo Bingning seemed thoughtful. From the information I received, you had a high fever during your college entrance exam. Did you deliberately do poorly on the test? Because there's no difference between a regular school in Peking or Tsinghua University for you. Lin Tian smiled. Bingning, you're so smart. I reckon our future child will be incredibly intelligent. Luo Bingning playfully retorted, let's get down to business. What are you hiding? Don't worry, I'll keep it a secret. Lin Tian chuckled. My Guqin playing isn't actually at the master level, but rather the grandmaster level. I'll let you experience it later. Huh. Luo Bingning stared blankly at Lin Tian, a double grandmaster. Lin Tian's words had quite a shock on her. A bronze treasure chest suddenly appeared above her head. A bronze treasure chest. This won't do. I need to work harder. Lin Tian muttered to himself. After revealing so much today, it wouldn't be right if he didn't get 2 gold treasure chests. You're a grandmaster at Guqin playing. Why didn't you show that? Luo Bingning asked. Lin Tian chuckled. There's already a grandmaster in the Guqin, a 7-stringed zither. There's no need to expose yourself and compete for his reputation. Double grandmasters in both Guqin and Erhu, that's a bit too high profile. Luo Bingning blinked. Your martial arts haven't recently reached the grandmaster level, have they? Is that why you dared to reveal it? Lin Tian smiled at Luo Bingning. Wife, you're so smart. My martial arts did indeed recently reach the grandmaster level. I broke through after we got together. That means you're a lucky charm for me. Luo Bingning stared blankly at Lin Tian. She had only asked casually, but she hadn't expected Lin Tian to actually reach the grandmaster level in martial arts. Guqin, Erhu, martial arts, you're a grandmaster all of them. If word got out, you'd be trending on all sorts of social media. Luo Bingning was even more shocked, but even after this news was revealed, the bronze treasure chest remained unchanged for the time being. Lin Tian, what about your medical skills? Lin Tian smiled and said, I'll tell you if you call me husband. Isn't telling you all this worth calling me husband a few times? Luo Bingning blushed. Husband, what about your medical skills? Lin Tian laughed. You've finally asked me this since you're sick yourself. My medical skills have naturally reached the grandmaster level. Luo Bingning. She was completely stunned. Including medical skills, Lin Tian was a grandmaster in 4 areas. Lin Tian glanced at the top of Luo Bingning's head. The bronze treasure chest above her head had finally transformed back into a silver one. No wonder you've never driven much before, yet your driving skills are excellent, and you've only practiced marksmanship for a few hours, yet your marksmanship is also excellent. Luo Bingning murmured. What else can you speak? Lin Tian chuckled. I know a little bit of English, German, French, Russian, Japanese, Korean, Spanish, and Portuguese. Luo Bingning's expression was strange. I don't believe you're, little bit, at all anymore. You're probably at a native speaker level. Anything else? Lin Tian pouted. You want to ask? You've practically stripped me naked. I'd be happy to strip me naked in another place. Luo Bingning. Lin Tian, stop making those inappropriate remarks. Lin Tian chuckled. We're husband and wife, this is just a little spice between husband and wife. You'll get used to it. HMPH, we're not really together yet. Luo Bingning huffed. Lin Tian raised an eyebrow. Who dares to steal you away? Monks eat vegetarian food, but I, a martial arts master, am not. As Lin Tian spoke, an extremely powerful aura emanated from him. Luo Bingning's hair stood on end instantly. She felt as if she had encountered a ferocious tiger in the wild, and the tiger was pouncing on her. Boom! Lin Tian struck out with his palm in midair. A wall 7 or 8 meters away was instantly blasted down by Lin Tian's palm. Lin Tian had planned to demolish this wall all along. Luo Bingning swallowed hard. She was once again greatly shocked. Was a martial arts grandmaster this strong? Who? Lin Tian withdrew his aura. Heaven rewards those who persevere. The silver treasure chest above Luo Bingning's head finally turned into a golden treasure chest once more. Lin Tian didn't immediately collect this treasure chest. He couldn't very well get the treasure chest and then immediately run to the bathroom, could he? Lin Tian, won't the landlord give you trouble for doing this? Luo Bingning asked, looking at the scattered bricks on the ground with a puzzled expression. Lin Tian shook his head. No, the landlord is a really good person. Luo Bingning blinked. You've already bought the house. I almost forgot about your masked hero identity. Hua Yin must have given you a hefty signing bonus. Lin Tian nodded with a smile. That's right, I've already bought the house. That wall was a bit in the way, so I was planning to tear it down anyway. Luo Bingning said in surprise. The dust doesn't seem to be getting near us. The falling wall generated a lot of dust, but this dust didn't get near Lin Tian and the others at all. Releasing true chi can create a true chi shield. With my current strength, it shouldn't be a problem to withstand small caliber bullets. Lin Tian said with a smile. No wonder you dared to expose some of it. Luo Bingning was amazed. A mortal body could actually withstand bullet damage. What she had witnessed today had broadened her understanding. You just said you were about to strip me naked, what else can you do? Luo Bingning asked. Lin Tian pretended to take off his clothes. Bingning, it seems you're really determined to strip me naked today. Stop, stop, stop. Luo Bingning quickly said, I was just asking if you know anything else, I didn't say you had to tell me. What you've told me today is enough to shock me for a long time. Lin Tian stopped. In other areas, I know a little bit, you'll definitely find out later. Don't reveal these things, okay? I can withstand small caliber weapons, but I can't withstand sniper rifles and bombs. Luo Bingning nodded. It's normal for you to be cautious. With your extraordinary talent, if other countries knew, you'd probably be dead by now. Lin Tian sipped his tea and smiled. Knowing all this, you shouldn't be so worried about your survival, right? Your illness is troublesome, but I will definitely solve it. Luo Bingning nodded. With Lin Tian's monstrous talent, if he couldn't solve it, then worrying was pointless. Lin Tian, I want to hear a master-level Guqin piece. I also want to hear a master-level Erhu piece. Luo Bingning giggled. Call me husband, no, I'm wearing ancient costume now, call me husband, and let me hear it, that's more romantic. Lin Tian smiled at Luo Bingning. Luo Bingning's face flushed considerably. Calling him husband was all right, but calling Lin Tian husband seemed even more intimate. Husband, husband, Luo Bingning said softly. Her ears turned bright red. Ding! Lin Tian quickly began to play, displaying the skill of a top-tier grandmaster. Luo Bingning was immediately captivated. Grandmaster-level music possesses an extremely powerful emotional impact. A piece by a top-tier grandmaster can truly linger for days. When the piece ended, Luo Bingning was amazed. Lin Tian, play just this one piece today. I can listen to it again later, this one piece is enough for me to savor for days. Listening to too much at once feels like a waste, Luo Bingning said. Lin Tian chuckled, alright, life is long. Others may have difficulty hearing it, but if you want to hear it, it's easy. A sweet smile appeared on Luo Bingning's face. Lin Tian, I feel somewhat unworthy of you. My family may have some money, but it's nothing compared to a martial arts grandmaster. A grandmaster's status is far higher. Luo Bingning frowned slightly. Erhu grandmasters and Guqin grandmasters aren't quite that impressive, but martial arts grandmasters and medical grandmasters are extremely powerful. Martial arts grandmasters can kill without leaving a trace. Medical grandmasters can pull many people back from the brink of death. Lin Tian laughed. Bingning, are you feeling inferior? You're a talented woman from Peking University, and you own a company valued at 200 million. And your family background is so good. Your looks are alright too, only slightly less than mine. Luo Bingning giggled, are you really that narcissistic? As for your looks, I can only describe them with 2 words, not ugly. Lin Tian smiled as he looked at Luo Bingning. Bingning, when do you think I should meet your parents? Ah, Luo Bingning felt a little nervous and flustered, meeting the parents. Let's wait a bit, we haven't known each other for very long, and I haven't even decided yet whether we should really be together. Luo Bingning said weakly. My parents are quite traditional. We haven't known each other for very long, and it might not be good for you to rush into meeting them. Lin Tian considered for a moment and nodded slightly, that's true. Your family has hundreds of billions in assets. If I rush into meeting them, your parents will probably think I'm after your family's money. Luo Bingning shook her head. If you just say a few things, Mom and Dad won't think that way, but they'll worry about our relationship being unstable. Let's see at the end of the year. Lin Tian smiled at Luo Bingning. Bingning, does that mean we can officially define our relationship by the end of the year? That depends on your performance. I'm not talking to you anymore, Yanzi asked me to go shopping today. Luo Bingning stood up after saying that. Lin Tian handed Luo Bingning the car keys. Take my car, I have something to do here. Come pick me up when you're done shopping. Okay. Luo Bingning quickly went out and left. Before she got into the car, Lin Tian's hand swept across the top of her head. Ding! Golden treasure chest opened. Congratulations, host, your Grandmaster level martial arts have been upgraded to Grandmaster level. The system's voice sounded in Lin Tian's mind. Lin Tian was overjoyed. What he most wanted was Grandmaster level ancient medical skills, followed by Grandmaster level martial arts, which could also help Luo Bingning. Even if he couldn't obtain Grandmaster level ancient medical techniques this year, with Grandmaster level ancient medical techniques and Grandmaster level martial arts, he should be able to help Luo Bingning get through this winter without much trouble. It's so bloated. Luo Bingning drove away, and Lin Tian quickly returned to the shop. He sat cross-legged and began to cultivate quietly. Powerful energy surged into his body, and his meridians rapidly expanded. The internal energy in his dantian also increased rapidly. Gradually, his meridians expanded to their limit. The internal energy in his meridians and dantian also reached its limit. A drop of pale golden liquid true essence condensed in Lin Tian's dantian. Immediately afterward, the remaining internal energy rapidly transformed. Ultimately, all the internal energy transformed into a dozen drops of liquid true essence. Each of these dozen or so drops of liquid true essence contained immense energy, which Lin Tian could convert into internal force with a thought. Grandmaster perfection. So powerful. Lin Tian opened his eyes. With a thought, a golden energy dragon formed from his internal force instantly appeared around him, looking incredibly lifelike. This thing could easily overturn a small car if it flew out. Protective Qi. After retracting the energy dragon, a spherical Qi shield appeared around Lin Tian, different from the true Qi shield he had used before. The true Qi shield's defensive power was mediocre, but the protective Qi shield was extremely strong. Lin Tian estimated that his protective Qi shield could easily withstand rifle bullets. As for sniper rifles, it would depend on what kind of gun the opponent was using. A light sniper rifle should be fine, but as for the sniper grenade launchers currently used by China, Lin Tian estimated that he definitely couldn't withstand them. Those things have a 35mm caliber. Internationally, anything exceeding 20mm caliber is considered a cannon. With his protective aura dispelled, Lin Tian felt a surge of satisfaction, a broad smile spreading across his face. This treasure chest was fantastic. Becoming a martial arts grandmaster made him much safer. While he couldn't withstand a heavy sniper rifle, he wasn't about to foolishly try to block one. Martial arts grandmasters possessed heightened senses and incredible speed. Sensing danger, they could instantly teleport 10 meters away. Walking on water, crossing rivers on a single reed should be no problem, but unfortunately, without spiritual energy, I can't cultivate immortality. As a martial arts grandmaster, Lin Tian could clearly sense that only the basic primordial energy necessary for life existed in the world. This basic primordial energy contained very little energy. Using such basic primordial energy, even martial arts practice would be difficult to achieve good results. To use it for cultivation was a pipe dream. Spiritual energy revival. Lin Tian wasn't entertaining such a pipe dream. He'd be satisfied if he could squeeze some money out of Luo Bingning and eventually reach the god-level martial arts realm, at which point he'd be practically invincible. Beep beep. His phone rang. Lin Tian took out his phone and saw it was Zhang Han calling. "Brother Zhang, what's up?" Lin Tian asked. Zhang Han smiled and said, "Master Lin, congratulations. You've reached 30 million followers. Are you done resting? Your fans are all waiting for your return." Lin Tian was somewhat surprised. 30 million already. "Yes, many of your fans have been encouraging you to recommend yourself to others, helping to boost your follower count. It's been growing quite fast." Lin Tian thought for a moment and said, "Brother Zhang, with such supportive fans, I'll post an announcement, a live stream at 2 p.m. this afternoon." Zhang Han's eyes lit up. "Master Lin, about the advertising, many advertisers have contacted us, some offering very attractive prices. Do you think you should take one or two?" Lin Tian thought for a moment. He had promised Zhang Han. Huayin gave him a lot of traffic, but he figured it was still a loss. A losing business couldn't last. "Brother Zhang, have any domestic brands approached me? Give me a list." After hanging up, Zhang Han quickly gave Lin Tian a list. Lin Tian picked 2 items. Both were domestic sportswear brands, one for clothing and one for shoes. Lin Tian did want to endorse Yaoyao Lingxian's mobile phone, but their spokesperson was too powerful, a bigwig in American politics. His influence was negligible compared to theirs. "Master Lin, the 2 you picked don't have many conditions, but the endorsement fees are low, only 20 million a year combined. After taxes, it'll be even less." Zhang Han dialed Lin Tian's number again. Lin Tian smiled faintly. "Brother Zhang, I don't want to endorse foreign brands. Even if they offered me 100 million a year, I wouldn't bother. These 2 will do. I'll promote them during the live stream, and they can do the same. Please discuss the contracts, let's sign an electronic contract online." Zhang Han said, "Okay, Master Lin, we'll discuss it. You'd better change your outfit at the end of the live stream." Lin Tian agreed. He would be happy to see domestic brands rise. Some domestic brands always step up their game with big spending during major disasters. Moreover, some foreign brands, while profiting from Chinese consumers, are also engaging in various underhanded tactics targeting China. Master Lin agreed. "Great." Fang Zhengming informed the 2 brands that Lin Tian had agreed to be their spokesperson, and both brands were overjoyed. They were both offering 10 million yuan a year, a considerable sum for an internet celebrity, but Lin Tian was no ordinary internet celebrity. In just over 20 days, he had already amassed 30 million followers. He was also a martial arts master, a Guqin master, and an Erhu master. This level of prestige far surpassed that of hiring an ordinary internet celebrity. "Director Fang, does Master Lin have any other conditions?" one of the brand representatives inquired. Fang Zhengming said, "His only condition is that the contract be electronic. He doesn't want more people to know his identity." He didn't say much about the endorsement fee. He can easily earn over 20 million in tips during a single live stream, so he probably doesn't care much. Some foreign brands offer much higher endorsement fees, but he chose 2 domestic brands. He probably mainly wants to support domestic brands. The brand's representative said, "Director Fang, please tell Master Lin that we will give him a bonus if the performance is good." Fang Zhengming chuckled, "You guys are thinking the same thing. Okay, I'll tell. Master Lin, hurry up and get the contract ready. Don't make it too complicated. Don't include a bunch of messy clauses that might upset Master Lin." Beijing. Shen Wangchen excitedly arrived at his father's room. "Dad, Master Lin is going to do a live stream at 2 p.m. Shen Wangchen was even happier than some of Lin Tian's die-hard fans that Lin Tian was going to do a live stream. He finally didn't have to send Lin Tian tips and coins anymore. 10 yuan per stream, enough to make your hands sore. He had originally gotten someone to provide a clicker, but old Shen saw it and actually wouldn't let him use it, insisting he continue manually clicking. He even said it was to toughen him up. Finally, a live stream again. Old Shen smiled. He liked the Erhu. He used to be okay listening to other people play, but ever since listening to Master Lin Tian's Erhu, listening to others just didn't feel right. "Dad, I tipped Master Lin 5 million this afternoon. Can you please not make me tip him anymore? My fingers are sore from clicking." Shen Wangchen said with a bitter face. We'll see how you behave in the future. Old Shen snorted, you're not getting any younger, and you're doing nothing productive all day. You're over 40 and still don't have a child. Shen Wangchen smiled bitterly. He had been too promiscuous in his youth, ruining his health. He finally got married a few years ago, but after several years, he still didn't have a child. The test showed his wife was normal. The problem was his. Besides, his problem wasn't congenital. Now, old Master Shen told him to ignore everything else. Stay home, exercise, cultivate his mind and body, and focus on getting better first. Although Shen Wangchen was only the third son, he would still inherit a considerable amount of family property. How could a large family like that not have a son or daughter? Dad, I don't want to either, Shen Wangchen said sullenly. Old Master Shen snorted lightly, isn't this all the result of your past misdeeds? All right, go exercise. I'm going to take an early nap today. Wake me up before 2 o'clock. It was 1:30 p.m. in the blink of an eye. Lin Tian returned to his shop, where the cleaning company he had hired had already cleaned it thoroughly. Bingning, let's find a tea house and watch the live stream quietly. Master Lin rarely does a live stream, we can't miss it. Tang Yan, who was shopping with Luo Bingning, said. Luo Bingning, Yanzi, you haven't fallen for Master Lin, have you? Tang Yan shook her head repeatedly. How could that be? Master Lin is probably 40 years old, and he's probably a bit ugly. In a few days, we'll have a martial arts exchange event with young people from Japan and South Korea. I'll go find a handsome guy to bring back, hee. Luo Bingning secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Tang Yan could like anyone, but not Master Lin. Why isn't he live yet? It's already 1:50. It's rare for Master Lin to have a day off and livestream, hee. Erhu Grand Master Level, Guken Martial Arts Master Level, I'm new here, do I have to kneel down to watch the livestream? The livestream hadn't started yet, and many people were chatting idly in the comments section. Other Erhu streamers, Guken streamers, martial arts streamers, and even many outdoor and fitness streamers had seen a significant drop in viewership. Lin Tian now had 30 million followers, and although he rarely streamed, each stream was incredibly captivating. Dad, it'll be 2 a.m. in 5 minutes. Shen Wangchen woke his father. If he forgot about this, he figured even if he sent 5 million gifts today, his father wouldn't give him a good look. Why didn't you wake me up sooner? Old Shen complained and quickly got up. Lin Tian started his livestream. As soon as the livestream started, a large number of waiting fans flooded into the room, and many started sending gifts without hesitation. Sending gifts early gives you a chance to get a front row spot. Sending them late means you'll likely be drowned in a sea of gifts. I'm so envious. Master Lin has so many gifts. Master Lin's talent is undeniable, you can't possibly be envious. Master Lin has many fans who love the Erhu and Guken, and they're all very talented. His fanbase is incredibly high quality. The owner of an e-commerce company is a fan of Masked Hero, and all the company's live streamers have paused their broadcasts to learn from his experience. Fan Shen Jia Sanyi sends 200 spaceships. Shen Wan Chen promptly sent the gifts. One spaceship costs 28,888, so 200 spaceships would be close to 5.8 million, more than the 5 million he initially mentioned. For Shen Wan Chen, as long as his father doesn't make him send any more gold coins, he's happy to send these spaceships. As the third son of the Shen family, even if he doesn't get the lion's share, he'll definitely get billions in the future. He doesn't have any children, so giving away 5 million is nothing to him. Making my father happy now, spending 5 million now might get him an extra 500 million in the inheritance later. Wow, Master Lin hasn't even said anything yet. Is this a bot? Upstairs, don't be ridiculous. Even if Master Shen spends money for a month straight, who can afford to hire Master Shen as a bot? The chat went wild instantly. Only 1 minute into the stream, while Lin Tian was still adjusting his equipment, the donations had already exceeded 6 million. Master Lin, can we connect? My father really loves the Erhu. Shen Wanchen posted a comment. Lin Tian happened to look up and see this floating comment. Master Shen, why are you donating so much? You could easily connect, there's no need to donate so much. Lin Tian said, as the moderator here. Can you connect me with Master Shen? Sure. The moderator replied quickly. Some streamers hiding in the chat room silently thought one word. 6. In Lin Tian's livestream, the moderators were essentially just waiters. Lin Tian quickly spotted Shen Wanchen. Third Master Shen, are you crazy? Shen Wanchen. He was dumbfounded, and so were the 2 or 3 million viewers in the livestream. Master Lin's attitude towards the top-ranked viewer was quite unique. Third Master Shen, don't misunderstand me. You are unwell, and I can see that since medicine and martial arts are inseparable. Lin Tian explained. Shen Wanchen's eyes lit up. I really am sick. You actually figured it out just by watching the live stream, impressive. At that moment, Elder Shen also appeared on camera. Master Lin, do you have any ideas about our third son's illness? He's been to many hospitals without success. If you can cure him, Master Lin, our Shen family will reward you handsomely. No need for a large reward, old Master Shen inquired. You've already given me a lot in tips. I'll add you as a friend later and tell you how to handle it. Lin Tian finished speaking and ended the call with Third Master Shen. Dad, do you really think my problem can be solved? Shen Wanchen asked, his expression somewhat agitated. His wife was 10 years younger than him, but still 35. If she didn't get pregnant soon, they wouldn't be able to have children. Would Grandmaster Lin speak recklessly in front of 2 or 3 million people? Old Shen said calmly. He had great confidence in Lin Tian. Then I'll give some more rewards, Shen Wanchen said. Old Shen waved his hand. No need, you've already given quite a lot this time. Are you going to try and steal my #1 spot? Grandmaster Lin has taken care of that for you. You can prepare a thank you gift later. Shen Wanchen nodded. Soon, Lin Tian added Old Shen as a friend. They both had set their friend list to prevent each other from adding each other normally. Everyone, a little interlude. Let's begin. First the Erhu, then the Guqin, and finally I'll share some insights on martial arts. Lin Tian picked up the Erhu. Soon, the sound of a master-level Erhu melody filled the air, and Lin Tian displayed a slightly stronger skill than before. However, this slight difference was imperceptible to most people, even half of the Erhu masters. Impressive. On the top floor of a building in the capital, Luo Hongquan exclaimed in amazement. 5 minutes earlier, Luo Bingning had sent him a message containing a link. Clicking the link led to Lin Tian's live stream. Luo Hongquan was generally averse to live streaming and internet celebrities, but Luo Bingning mentioned that the other party was a master of the Erhu and Guqin. Luo Hongquan still appreciated traditional culture. Since he had nothing else to do, he entered the live stream. He immediately recognized some familiar faces. The Shen family's wealth in China was even greater than that of the Luo family. Luo Hongquan was skeptical about Lin Tian's ability to discern Shen Wanchen's illness, but Lin Tian's Erhu skills were undeniably exceptional. Fan sends spaceship. Half an hour later, Luo Hongquan also sent a spaceship, worth a little over 20,000 yuan, a drop in the ocean for him. Lin Tian saw this message, but he never expected it to be a gift from his father-in-law. Hee. Luo Bingning smiled. Lin Tian didn't know this was Luo Hongquan's account, but Luo Bingning immediately recognized it. On the wall of Luo Hongquan's office hung a calligraphy scroll with the 4 characters, Haina Bai Chuan, meaning, all rivers run into the sea. Luo Hongquan's favorite thing wasn't music, but calligraphy. He was quite skilled in it. Another half hour passed, and Lin Tian put down his Erhu. Everyone, next up is the Guqin. I'm not that good at the Guqin, please forgive me. Lin Tian quickly began to play the Guqin. Strange. Guqin master Dong Wai Ren, being quite old, was also watching Lin Tian's live stream, a look of doubt in his eyes. Teacher, what's wrong? Beside Dong Wai Ren, Guqin master Zhao Xianting asked. Zhao Xianting was quite talented, and his Guqin skills were also very strong. At 50 years old, he had already reached the level of a top master. He had a slight hope of becoming a grandmaster. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but I feel that Grandmaster Lin might be holding back. His Guqin skills might be at a grandmaster level, Dong Wai Ren said. Zhao Xianting was incredibly surprised. Teacher, that's probably impossible, isn't it? Grandmaster Lin is already a grandmaster in Erhu. He should be under 40, a double grandmaster. Dong Wai Ren also found this unbelievable. Xianting, think of a way. I want to meet him. Having one true friend in life is enough. If he really becomes a Guqin grandmaster, I want to exchange ideas with him. Dong Wai Ren said with some excitement. He took on 3 apprentices in total, and Yang Shanting was a particularly special one. Yang Shanting nodded, "Teacher, I'll find a way. Hua Yin should be willing to give me Master Lin's contact information." Dong Wai Ren considered for a moment and said, "It's better not to ask through Hua Yin. Asking for contact information behind my back might make people uncomfortable. Add him as a friend in the live stream for me." Yang Shanting hesitated slightly. "Teacher, wouldn't it be inappropriate for you to add him first?" Dong Wai Ren said nonchalantly, "I'm practically dead, I don't care about that. By the way, give Master Lin a spaceship as a reward first, otherwise he won't see the message with so many comments." Yang Shanting nodded and used Dong Wai Ren's phone to make the reward. Fan Dong Wai Ren sends a spaceship. Many people's eyes widened upon seeing this. Lin Tian's live stream had many Guqin fans, most of whom knew Dong Wai Ren, a Guqin master. Wow, Elder Dong even gifted a spaceship. Elder Dong must think Master Lin can also become a master of the Guqin. Won't he be a double master then? The barrage of comments immediately increased after Dong Wai Ren's donation. "Guqin friend Lin, could you add me?" Yang Xianting sent a message. Seeing this, many viewers of the live stream became even more agitated. Lin Tian's piece wasn't finished yet, but he saw Yang Xianting's comment and smiled. "Master Dong, I'll add you right away." He hadn't expected Dong Wai Ren to add him proactively. And in front of millions of people. Some people might not be able to do such a thing because of their status. After finishing his piece, Lin Tian quickly added Elder Dong. "Master Lin, have you also reached the master level in Guqin? If you have, you don't need to worry about the impact on me. Traditional culture needs us to carry it forward together." Dong Wai Ren had Yang Xianting send 2 messages to Lin Tian. Lin Tian saw the message. He secretly admired him. He admired Dong Wai Ren's insight and magnanimity. If he were to demonstrate his mastery of the Guqin, Dong Wai Ren's influence would diminish, while he would become a double master. "Everyone, I just saw Master Dong's message. He said if my Guqin playing is at a master level, I shouldn't hide it. He hopes that Guqin culture can be better promoted and developed." Lin Tian said with a smile. "Since Dong Wai Ren doesn't mind, then let's reveal it. He's already a Grand Master of martial arts." Many people in the live stream stared blankly at Lin Tian. Did Lin Tian really have a master level in the Guqin? "Everyone, you all should thank Master Dong properly." Speaking of this, Lin Tian started playing the Guqin again. He played the same piece he had just played, but the feeling it evoked was very different. "My goodness, this is clearly even better. The previous pieces were at the level of top masters, this must be at the level of a Grand Master. Absolutely Grand Master level. Grand Master Lin is a double Grand Master." Countless comments flooded the screen. Dong Wai Ren listened quietly. When the piece ended, he was overjoyed. Grand Master Lin's Guqin playing has indeed reached the Grand Master level. "Xian Ting, please give him another spaceship as a reward, and also send a message to congratulate Grand Master Lin." Yang Xianting nodded. He quickly sent another spaceship using Dong Wai Ren's account. For a Grand Master, tens of thousands of yuan was nothing to Dong Wai Ren. Congratulations to Grand Master Lin on becoming a double Grand Master. Seeing Dong Wai Ren's donation in the live stream comments, countless viewers were thrilled. He really was a double Grand Master. They had witnessed history. Becoming a Grand Master in any field is extremely difficult. A double Grand Master is a rare breed indeed. Fan Old Rascal sent 300 spaceships in the courtyard house in the capital. Old Shen, who hadn't yet donated, finally acted with a smile. Shenwan Chen's top donor had been snatched away, but he didn't complain. "Congratulations to Grand Master Lin." Shenwan Chen offered his congratulations. Many others also quickly donated. They could sense that Grand Master Lin's future was limitless. A double Grand Master under 40 years old. What kind of concept is this? Who will remember a billionaire 100 years from now? But a double Grand Master will likely be recorded in history books 1,000 years from now. Let's not talk about that far ahead, let's talk about now. A billionaire is nothing in front of the powerful and wealthy, but a double Grand Master, even the most powerful and wealthy will have to give some respect. Culture is a strange thing. When your level and realm are insufficient, you are nothing in front of money, but top cultural figures have a transcendent status, especially now that the country is strong and needs to export its culture. Wow, the total donations are almost 30 million. Normal, the top 2 donors combined are approaching 15 million. The top donor is Old Rascal, and the second donor's father, haha. Every time I watch Grandmaster Lin's live stream, I get so excited. Then I stream myself and I can't even earn back my electricity bill. Countless people frantically spammed the chat. Luo Bingning secretly clicked her tongue in amazement. Her husband's money-making ability was incredible, he'd given so much in just one live stream. Master Lin is amazing. My allowance is in danger. Tang Yan said, also giving a spaceship as a reward. She had about 300,000 yuan in allowance, and the reward was almost a tenth of it. Bingning, aren't you going to give my idol a reward? Tang Yan glanced at Luo Bingning. No. Luo Bingning shook her head repeatedly. Wouldn't giving a reward be a complete waste? Lin Tian would only get half. The reward would be a direct loss of half. Tang Yan pouted. Now that you have a husband, you won't spend money on other men. Bingning, you can't be so henpecked. Luo Bingning looked at Tang Yan and said, once you have a boyfriend, you probably won't give Master Lin any more rewards. Tang Yan would find out Lin Tian's identity sooner or later. HMPH, definitely not. Master Lin is my idol. If I spend some money on my idol, I'll kick my boyfriend if he ever talks nonsense. Luo Bingning giggled, okay, then spend more in the future. No need for the future, I'll give him another tip. Master Lin is a double master, I'll give him a double spaceship, hee hee. Tang Yan said, giving another tip. Luo Bingning. Goodness. Zhang Han and Fang Zhengming were watching the live stream together. Lin Tian's revelation of his status as a Guqin master shocked them greatly. A double Grandmaster. We've signed a supreme god. With Grandmaster Lin here, our bonus this year is sure to be substantial. Director, Fang Zhengming said with a sigh. Should we immediately report this to our superiors and request greater traffic support? Zhang Han reminded him. You're right. Fang Zhengming immediately reported to his superiors. Soon, Huayin provided even more traffic support, and the related news quickly climbed the Huayin hot list, its ranking rising rapidly. I've never realized before that the Guqin sounds so beautiful. Traditional instruments seem to be just as good as Western instruments, this is amazing. A treasure of a streamer, I'm a fan now. Many people weren't initially interested in the Guqin, but once they entered the live stream, they were quickly captivated by its mesmerizing sound. With Lin Tian's master-level Guqin skills, his music was addictive. Watching pretty girls wastes paper, watching Master Lin's livestream is expensive. Indeed, I'm a 30-year penny pincher, always cutting every penny in half, and I actually gave Master Lin a gift. Master Lin's music is addictive. Countless people flooded the chat with comments, and gifts of all kinds poured in, often including spaceships. 1 hour on the Erhu, 1 hour on the Guqin, and in just 2 hours, Lin Tian's followers surged by 3 to 4 million. His livestream audience approached 10 million. This is different from some streamers, fake data. His is all real data, he has no need to fabricate anything. Everyone, the streamer will be leaving for 5 minutes. I see many of you want to see a sound attack, I'll demonstrate it for you later, then you can discuss what else you want to see. Lin Tian finished speaking and left the camera. He changed into the clothes and shoes he had bought at noon, naturally the 2 ethnic brands he endorsed. Finally, the part I've been waiting for. Everyone, think quickly. Besides the sonic attacks, what else do you want to see? Shall we have Master Lin demonstrate his lightness skill? That's a good idea, but I don't know if Master Lin can do it. Countless people commented in the live stream. Lin Tian had temporarily left, but the number of viewers actually increased significantly. There are many people interested in true martial arts. There are other people in Huayin who did this kind of live stream, but many know that many of them are just putting on a show. Lin Tian is different, he's a master of both the Erhu and Guqin. Who would be foolish enough to fake it and ruin their reputation? Lin Tian quickly returned, having changed his clothes and shoes. Master Lin has landed an endorsement deal. Definitely, but it's unexpected that it's a domestic brand. With Master Lin's talent, international brands should be approaching him. Lin Tian stepped in front of the camera and smiled. As you all probably noticed, I've landed 2 endorsements. I promised Huayin that I'd take on some ads once I reached 30 million followers, otherwise, what if Huayin stops giving me traffic? Someone in the live stream gifted him 10 spaceships. Master Lin, if you want to leave Huayin, Kuayin welcomes you anytime. We'll definitely support you wholeheartedly. The chat exploded with comments. Many people were stunned, such a talent poaching tactic. I don't plan to leave Huayin for now. Those who want to poach me, there's no need to waste your money. Everyone, let's get back to the main topic. Many people want to see sonic attacks. Let me demonstrate some sonic attacks first. Chopping up wooden planks is too much trouble for me to clean up, so let's use this instead. Lin Tian said, pulling out a thick, large iron pot. Let me test if this is a real iron pot first. Lin Tian said, picking up a hammer. Bang! Lin Tian slammed the hammer down heavily on the iron pot, leaving a small dent, but not serious. Bang! Bang! Lin Tian quickly hammered the rest of the pot a couple more times. Everyone, this isn't a prop. Lin Tian chuckled. He quickly hung the iron pot on a wall about 7 or 8 meters away. He sat down in front of the guqin, a traditional Chinese stringed instrument. Millions of people in the live stream watched intently. Ding! Lin Tian plucked a note from the guqin. Bang! A deafening sound rang out. Nothing struck the iron pot, but one section of it was deeply dented. Lin Tian waved his hand, plucking several strings simultaneously, unleashing a blade-shaped sonic attack that instantly slashed at the iron pot 7 or 8 meters away. A long slash mark appeared on the pot. Amazing! Tang Yan exclaimed in amazement over Luo Bingning's side. Luo Bingning blushed slightly. She wasn't even at the Ming Jin level, yet she had previously thought that she was definitely stronger than Lin Tian in combat. Everyone, that concludes the demonstration of sound attacks. Lin Tian chuckled after half a minute. The iron pot already had about 10 scratches. He took the pot back, making it clearer to the viewers in the live stream. Let me see what else you want me to demonstrate. Lightness skill. Well, this place is small, it doesn't seem like a good place to demonstrate. Let me think. He brought over a case of bottled water and, in front of millions of viewers, casually placed 12 bottles on the ground. Everyone, watch closely. Lin Tian lightly landed on one of the bottles, then lightly touched it to another. His body moved swiftly, his feet never touching the ground, the bottles he stepped on only wobbled slightly. Wow, that's real light-footed skill. Newton, help me up, let's see this show off. Does Master Lin take disciples? Countless viewers in the live stream went wild. Less than half a minute later, Lin Tian landed on the ground, chuckling, family, I don't recommend you learn this either, it's easy to twist your ankle. Countless viewers in the live stream, Master Lin is being mischievous again. Master Lin, thank you, but we really can't learn that. Countless comments flooded the screen with complaints. Lin Tian said, I've already had special live streams for the guqin and Erhu. Next time, I'll do a martial arts themed outdoor live stream for you guys. That's all for today. Lin Tian ended the stream at lightning speed. The live stream screen went black, but countless viewers didn't leave immediately. Gifts continued to pour in. The total donations gradually approached 40 million. Go for it. Let Grandmaster Lin see our strength. If we give more donations, Grandmaster Lin will feel embarrassed to slack off. Well said. Before the live stream closed, the total donations successfully exceeded 40 million, and Lin Tian would receive 28 million. However, of that 28 million, he still had to pay about 6 million in taxes, so he would actually earn 22 million. Adding the previous amount and the endorsement fee, let alone 30 million, he could easily come up with 50 million next month. Old Master Shen, this is my phone number, if it's convenient for you. Third Master Shen, please come to S City as soon as possible. Lin Tian sent Old Master Shen a private message. Master Lin, we'll come tomorrow. Old Master Shen replied quickly, leaving his own phone number. He couldn't wait to go to S City today. Half an hour later, Luo Bingning arrived at Lin Tian's location. She looked at Lin Tian as if he were an alien. Bingning, what are you looking at? Didn't you already know? Lin Tian said with a smile. A bronze treasure chest was clearly visible above Luo Bingning's head. Even though she already knew, she was still surprised to see Lin Tian's live stream. I didn't know you could do light-footed kung fu. And I didn't know your livestream could attract so many viewers. So many people are giving you gifts. Yanzi even sent you 2 spaceships. She said you're her idol, but she also said you must be ugly. Luo Bingning giggled. Lin Tian moved closer to Luo Bingning, and her heart raced. Bingning, give me a hug. Lin Tian said, reaching out to hug Luo Bingning. Luo Bingning's face flushed red, and her heart rate rapidly soared to 140. Lin Tian, what do you want to do? Luo Bingning asked in a panicked voice. Above her head, the bronze treasure chest quickly transformed into a silver treasure chest. Lin Tian looked down at Luo Bingning with a smile. If he kissed her now, Luo Bingning probably wouldn't resist. Moreover, a kiss might very well turn the silver treasure chest into a gold one. But if the kiss took their relationship a step further, with hugs, hand-holding, and such, Luo Bingning probably wouldn't react much. Perhaps obtaining the treasure chest would become much more difficult. Bingning, didn't I say I'd give you a hug? Do you want me to do something else? Then I won't be polite. Lin Tian chuckled. Luo Bingning quickly replied, no, I didn't mean that. Really? Yes. Luo Bingning nodded repeatedly. Her thoughts were complex, 3 parts trepidation, 3 parts anticipation, and what else, she herself didn't understand at the moment. I'll let you off the hook for now, since you can't escape anyway. Lin Tian said with a smile. His head slid forward slightly and touched the silver treasure chest. He didn't wait for it to upgrade to a gold treasure chest. Having become a grandmaster of martial arts, his need for a gold treasure chest wasn't as urgent. The silver treasure chest skill was already quite good. Ding! Silver treasure chest. Opened. Congratulations, host, for obtaining the grandmaster level Suona skill. The system's voice sounded in Lin Tian's mind. Lin Tian. He'd already obtained the Erhu skill, and now he'd obtained the Suona skill, and at the grandmaster level at that. What was the system trying to do? A flood of information poured into Lin Tian's mind. He was already a grandmaster of martial arts, the silver treasure chest was barely manageable. He didn't need to hide in the bathroom. Wow, a grandmaster level Suona skill is awesome. Lin Tian muttered to himself. Grandmaster level music already had the power to influence the mind. Grandmaster level music could allow the soul to resonate on a deeper level. It's no exaggeration to say that even if someone had just won 5 million in the lottery, his Suona horn playing could make them cry instantly. But he couldn't use that. Should he go and attend a funeral? If he had known it would be this kind of skill, he would have waited. But getting a gold level Suona skill would be even more heartbreaking. Whether the contents of the treasure chest would change during the upgrade process, Lin Tian wasn't sure. He estimated it probably wouldn't. Lin Tian, you let me go. Luo Bingning said weakly. Ahem. Lin Tian coughed lightly and released Luo Bingning. Even if Luo Bingning didn't say anything, he had to let her go, otherwise his spear would be deadly. Lin Tian, do you remember someone named Hai Na Bai Chuan gifted you a spaceship today? Luo Bingning changed the subject. Her heart was still pounding. Lin Tian nodded. I remember, my memory's pretty good. With each skill he acquired, especially becoming a martial arts grandmaster and then a great martial arts master, he found his memory had improved significantly. Now, he almost had a photographic memory. That should be my dad's account. I recommended your livestream to him. There's a calligraphy piece hanging in his office with the 4 characters, Hai Na Bai Chuan, written on it. Luo Bingning said. Lin Tian was stunned. His father-in-law had actually watched his livestream. He even gifted him a spaceship, so it seems Luo Bingning's father isn't averse to internet celebrities like Masked Hero. Bingning, are you hoping your dad will accept me sooner? Lin Tian said with a smile. HMPH, no way. Luo Bingning retorted playfully. Lin Tian said thoughtfully, you said your dad likes calligraphy. Calligraphy, huh, what a coincidence. His Gukan and Erhu skills are only at the Grandmaster level, but his calligraphy is God level. His skill in calligraphy far surpasses his skills in the Gukan and Erhu. Yes. Luo Bingning nodded. My dad might only have a casual interest in the Erhu and Gukan, but he's very passionate about calligraphy. You know calligraphy? Lin Tian smiled slightly, a little. Luo Bingning. She knew all too well that Lin Tian's, a little, meant a tiny, almost master-level skill. Luo Bingning's thinking was a serious underestimation of Lin Tian. Lin Tian's achievement this time was far more than a few 100 million. His divine-level calligraphy had reached a transcendent realm. Calligraphy of this level possessed incredible and unique abilities. Lin Tian, let's hurry. Uncle Tang is treating us to dinner, we shouldn't be too late. Eastern Sakura Country, Yamaguchi Gumi. Father, this is the information we've collected about the masked man. A woman handed a document to an elderly man in his 60s. This man was Yamaguchi Fujiwara, the current leader of the Yamaguchi Gumi. After glancing at the documents, Yamaguchi Fujiwara frowned. That's it. He was not satisfied. The information contained only publicly available details, such as the masked man being a double Grand Master and a martial arts master. Godfather, his information has been encrypted by China. We have only obtained this information without using any special means. The woman said. Yamaguchi Fujiwara narrowed his eyes. China has encrypted it. Then he deserves to die even more. A martial arts master under 40, if he doesn't die, he could very well become a threat to the empire in the future. Use some special methods to find out his identity. The woman nodded. Yes, Godfather. I will arrange for hackers to find out his identity. I believe we'll have results soon. Yamaguchi Fujiwara nodded slightly. He pondered for a moment and said, doesn't the empire have a youth martial arts exchange event with China and South Korea? Have our people go there, keep an eye out. Yes, Godfather. The woman said respectfully. A youth martial arts exchange meeting. Lin Tian asked doubtfully, there are such exchange meetings. He was having dinner with Tang Pengyuan, Tang Yan, and Tang Yan's aunt Lu Qin. Of course, Luo Bingning was also with him. Tang Pengyuan nodded. There have always been, but these things are generally only known to people in the martial arts circle. Very few outsiders know about them. This year's Youth Martial Arts Exchange meeting is being held in RS City. Lin Tian said, Second Uncle Tang, why are you telling me this? Tang Pengyuan said somewhat embarrassedly, could you go and take a look? Every year at the exchange meeting, someone gets injured. In recent years, people in China have been seriously injured. Tang Pengyuan's expression turned serious as he finished speaking. That dangerous? Lin Tian asked in surprise. Tang Pengyuan nodded. It was a little better a few years ago. Our relations with South Korea and Japan used to be quite good. Recently, our relations with South Korea and Japan have become tense. The fighting has become much more brutal during the competitions. Luo Bingning asked doubtfully, if that's the case, why not stop it? Getting increasingly brutal might even lead to someone's death. Tang Yan said, Bingning, I know that. Who's going to suggest stopping it? Between us, South Korea, and Japan, who's going to back down? Whoever suggests stopping it is a coward. Other aspects are a little better, but martial artists can't be that cowardly. If they are, they'll never be able to hold their heads high in the martial arts world again. Tang Pengyuan sighed softly. That's the situation. Yanzi wants to participate, so I was wondering if you could go and watch. With you there, the chances of big problems are greatly reduced. Second Uncle Tang, of course I'll go take a look. Lin Tian smiled. Knowing about this, he would have gone even if Tang Pengyuan hadn't said anything. His good buddy Liang Fei was very likely to participate. Liang Fei was nearing the late stage of Dark Force, and he was likely to be a key player. If something happened to him during the duel, it would be disastrous. He didn't want to use his newly acquired Suona skill on Liang Fei. Second Uncle Tang, which of the three countries has the advantage? We, China, have a large population, so we should have some advantage, right? Lin Tian asked. Tang Pengyuan sighed. Not really. Many of our country's martial artists died in the wars, and many traditions were broken. Then we went through a decade of turmoil. Of course, our foundation is there, and we had a slight advantage a few years ago, but in recent years they've formed alliances against us. Lin Tian's eyes flashed. Chinese martial arts also needed to be revitalized. This matter originally had nothing to do with him, but now that he's become a Grand Master of martial arts, it concerns him. Tang Yan frowned slightly. Second Uncle, there were rumors before that a Grand Master of martial arts appeared in Dongying Kingdom. Do you think it could be true? I hope not. Tang Pengyuan said in a deep voice. They didn't know if there were any hidden Grand Masters in China, but openly, there weren't any Grand Masters of martial arts in China at the moment. If Dongying Kingdom had a Grand Master of martial arts, it wouldn't be a good thing. With a Grand Master of martial arts, they could cultivate more martial arts masters, and their martial arts masters could teach more disciples. Now it's the age of firearms, but martial arts are still useful. Don't talk about these things. Xiao Lin isn't a martial artist like you. Why are you making him worry about this? Xiao Lin, here, try this. Lu Qin put some food on Lin Tian's plate. Luo Bingning glanced at Lin Tian. Lin Tian wasn't just a martial artist, he was a grandmaster, perhaps the only grandmaster in China right now. The next day arrived in the blink of an eye. A Gulfstream G500 landed at S-City Airport. Inside, a stretched Rolls-Royce waited beside the plane. Soon after, the cabin door opened. Old Shen and Shen Wanchen emerged. Shen Wanchen had dark circles under his eyes. He hadn't slept well the night before. Before 40, he had lived a carefree life. He got married at 40, only to discover his wife couldn't conceive, and it was his health that was the problem. In recent years, he had visited no fewer than 30 hospitals. He had taken countless medications, but none had any effect. Dad, do you think it will work? Shen Wanchen asked worriedly. Old Master Shen said irritably, you've asked several times already. Even if it can't be cured, it's your own doing. Let me tell you, if it can't be cured, you don't need to take too much of the inheritance. You can't spend it all anyway. Shen Wanchen. He wouldn't blame his father for being unfair if that were the case, but he would be somewhat annoyed because he might lose tens of billions. An hour and a half passed. Beep beep. Lin Tian received a call from old Master Shen. Master Lin, we're almost there. Are you free now? If so, we'll enter your neighborhood. Old Master Shen dialed Lin Tian's number. Lin Tian had sent him his phone number and address via private message, but old Shen hadn't called Lin Tian beforehand. If they arrived first, they could wait for Lin Tian. They needed Lin Tian's help, and it wouldn't be right to make him wait. Old Shen, I'm here. Please come in, Building 8. Lin Tian said with a smile. Old Shen was taken aback. Lin Tian's voice sounded very young. Yes, Grandmaster Lin. After hanging up, old Shen's heart was filled with turmoil. Could Grandmaster Lin be under 30? If so, the news would be even more astonishing. Soon, Elder Shen and his group's car entered the residential area. The security guards didn't stop them. They couldn't afford to offend people in cars like that. Elder Shen, you didn't drive? Lin Tian asked, opening the door in surprise. Elder Shen and his group had the driver park in the public parking area. They walked over so the driver wouldn't see Lin Tian. Grandmaster Lin. Elder Shen was equally surprised. Shen Wanchen also stared at Lin Tian in disbelief. Lin Tian smiled. Elder Shen, it's me. Let's talk inside. Soon, Elder Shen and his group arrived at the villa. Elder Shen, I don't usually live here. It's a bit quiet here. Please make yourselves at home. I'll make you some tea. Elder Shen quickly replied, no need for that. Grandmaster Lin, everyone guesses you're at least 35, but you're probably not even 25 yet, right? Lin Tian chuckled. I'm 23. Elder Shen, please make yourselves at home. You're my top two sworn brothers. Elder Shen and the others relaxed a bit. Given their status and wealth, they wouldn't normally be nervous at all, but Lin Tian was a double grandmaster, and they needed his help. Grandmaster Lin, I've truly broadened my horizons today. You're so young, yet you're already a double grandmaster. I admire you. Shen Wanchen exclaimed in amazement. Lin Tian smiled and said, Third Master Shen, shall I take your pulse first? Judging from your appearance, you probably didn't sleep well last night. Shen Wanchen smiled wryly. Indeed, I didn't sleep well. This illness of mine is so troublesome. I've traveled to so many places to seek treatment. Shen Wanchen said, extending his hand. Lin Tian's fingers rested on Shen Wanchen's pulse point. In less than half a minute, Lin Tian smiled and said, Third Master Shen, your problem isn't difficult to solve. I'll give you acupuncture later and prescribe some medicine. You'll be better in about a week. Really? Shen Wanchen said with immense joy. Old Shen said irritably, Master Lin may be young, but he's a double master. Why would he lie to you? Lin Tian said seriously, it's true. Treating this isn't difficult for me. But Old Shen, Third Master Shen, I have a small request. Master Lin, please speak, Old Shen said quickly. Lin Tian, don't give such large rewards in the future. I feel indebted to you because of these rewards. I don't like owing favors. Old Shen and the others. Everyone else complains about too little reward, but Lin Tian complains about too much. Master Lin, please let us give you large rewards. Otherwise, my dad wants me to send you gold coins. My fingers will cramp from all the sending. Shen Wanchen said helplessly. Old Shen said, Master Lin, don't feel indebted to us. I like the Erhu, and supporting you is only right. I'm also promoting traditional culture. Shen Wanchen chuckled, Master Lin, even if you don't treat me, we'll still reward you when the time comes. You guys, Lin Tian looked helpless. Just then, Lin Tian's phone rang. It was Zhao Shanggulan calling. Chairman Zhao, what's up? Lin Tian answered. Zhao Shanggulan said, Dr. Lin, someone knows my illness has been cured, and he's willing to spend 30 million to treat me. What do you think? Lin Tian raised an eyebrow. Are you going to use up that opportunity you gave someone else? Zhao Shanggulan quickly replied, No, my relationship with him is so-so, I don't want to waste the opportunity. I just think his offer is reasonable, so I'm asking drive. Lin, if you're willing to earn this money. No. Lin Tian hung up the phone after saying that. Beside him, Shen Wanchen was shocked. Zhao Shanggulan's voice wasn't quiet, he had heard it.